Yo, what's good, hero? I don't know. I didn't even see it, but earlier today I saw something running around, scurrying from the woods to the houses. And I don't know if it was a rabbit or a raccoon, but we do have a lot of rabbits here in the subdivision. I'm always seeing rabbits just hop out of the woods and then, run around for a little bit in the community, in the subdivision, and then they run right back into the woods. So it was most likely a rabbit or possibly a raccoon. But we get a lot of stuff here like rabbits, we get a lot of raccoons, we get a lot of deers, we get a lot of possums, we get a lot of alligators over here in Orlando, Florida. So it's very common to see a gator, it's very common to see a deer, a raccoon, a possum, rabbits, those type of things coming out of the woods. It used to freak me out when I first moved there. I remember when I first moved there from New York, it was like a weekend. It was like a Saturday morning. And my mom started screaming. And I was on the second floor of the house and she told me to come downstairs. And when I came downstairs, I found my mom screaming next to the sliding glass doors. And I was like, Mom, what the fuck is going on? What's wrong? And when I pulled the blinds back from the sliding glass door, there was like a 12-foot alligator just chilling on the back patio. Now, my mom was worried, of course, can the thing just ram into the sliding glass door, which is just glass, and break into the house? Could it get into the house? I was like, I don't know what mommy can do. I was like, I've never encountered an alligator. I'm from New York and shit. We're from New York, moms. And I remember it stood in the back patio like sunbathing, like just sun tanning for like hours. And then finally it woke up, it went across the street and it went back into another lake, because we have lakes behind our houses. And that's all it did. It stood on my back patio for like 3 to 4 hours, and it went from one lake that was behind my house to the other lake across the street. But I was just like, we were freaking out because we never seen an alligator up close and personal. Oh, you live in Canada? I've always wondered what it would be like to live in Canada and live so close to like Alaska. I would really like to see what it's like to live in that type of weather all year long, or have to deal with a winter again. I would like to see what it's like, with the shorter days and stuff. Yeah, no, my mom is definitely gonna overreact for stuff. She's an old lady and stuff. But Canada does sound nice. At one point, I was thinking about moving to Canada. Me and my family thinking about moving into Canada. It just seemed like it would be such a different change, a little bit of a culture shock. The weather would be a lot to get used to. You got to deal with a lot of cold weather. Yo, what up, Remy? How's it going, Remy boy? But guys, I'm just out here kind of starting my work day really late. Last night my boy wasn't feeling too good. He was up all night. It's the first week of back to school, and anytime it's the first week of school, he always encounters or always catches like a little cold. And I thought maybe this year he wasn't gonna get sicky, but it was the first week of school, and this weekend he already came down with the cold. He had like a really bad stuffy nose. I'm guessing it's like a sinus infection. He was also had a sore throat. He felt a bit feverish, and he was coughing and had a congested nose. So I think it's a sinus infection, and then maybe a little bit fever. So I'm most likely gonna keep him home tomorrow with me and not send him to school. But he woke up at like 9 a.m. He went to bed like really late. I'm talking about like 4 in the morning. It took forever to get him to bed because of the coughing and stuff. And then when he woke up like 4 to 5 hours later, still not feeling good. And then like I just was up the whole night with them, getting him, tissue paper, checking on him, and like I'm so fucking tired and spent. I did play some my team last night, and I think I hit like 60 or 70 games won, something like that. I know I'm gotta be close to around the 60 win mark. But that's all I've been up to, is just streaming the game, when I can, playing the game when I can. And I think I'm up to like 60 wins. And I just hit tier 1 last night. That's what I did. I think I got to 60 wins and I hit tier 1. Yeah. What's up, mozzarella sticks? No, I don't want to homeschool my boy, because I feel like if you homeschool your kid, you're taking him away from the part of life where he's supposed to be interacting with other people, other kids, and socializing. And if you homeschool your kid, I feel like when they grow up, they end up having bad social skills, and they're not socialized as much, as a kid that went to school and stuff. So I don't know if I would ever do that. The only way I would ever homeschool my kid is if he had any problems in school with the other kids, like, being bullied, or, just not feeling school at all anymore, like something like that. I know a few kids throughout the years that have been homeschooled and stuff like that, but back in my day, you had to deal with school as a kid. You had to deal with other kids teasing you. You had to deal with other bullies. If other kids were bullying you, you had to stand up for yourself. If other kids were teasing you, you had to tease them back and come up with some snaps so you could snap back at them. But nowadays, if your kid is being bullied at school or he's being teased, I've noticed that parents just take their kids out of school and just homeschool them, which is okay, which is cool. But like I said, then they're missing that social aspect of their life where they're supposed to be socializing with, other kids and other people, and, getting used to and learning how to socialize with other people. So for that reason, I don't know if I would ever put my kid in like homeschool, because I do want him to get out. And sometimes as a parent, you need a break from your kid. You're like, man, my kid has been up my butt 24/7, driving me crazy. You need a break. You need to send them to school so you can get some rest, and sleep in, or get the things you want to do done. And, you can't just, always be, attending to your kids. Sometimes you need that little break of sending them off to school. No, my kid doesn't. Hold on. What up, Keeper? What up, VR? No, my kid doesn't watch YouTube like that. Like right now, my kid is home watching Toy Story like 3 or 4, some shit like that. We don't let him watch that much YouTube, and we don't let him. We maybe give him like an hour or 2 hours a day tops on YouTube, and it's gotta be regulated. It's gotta be me or his mom's in the room with them. One of us has got to be regulating what he's watching, and we don't just let him watch, YouTube all the time. Yo, what up, Erigo? What up, Glow? Oh, just got an order. I'm just out here working. The only reason why I'm out here right now is just wanted to get out the house a little bit. My kid he wasn't feeling good. My girl was taking care of him, and he wasn't being too active today. He was just sitting there watching TV and not feeling well. And I figured, since he wasn't, he didn't need daddy to play with. And, I already took him the whole night and the whole day. I was like, let me just get out there and get to work. Yeah, no. I don't want my kid to grow up being a chud. I don't want my kid to grow up on brain rot TV. I don't want my kid thinking it's okay to play video games 40 hours a week. I know that I have a bad habit of playing a lot of video games, and I have a bad habit of watching a lot of YouTube. It's because I watch a lot of YouTube and I didn't know any better growing up, and I didn't know any better, about, no one regulated how much video games I played as a kid when I was growing up. And now here I am as a grown man, as an adult, and I still love to play video games. It's still my favorite pastime. It's still one of my favorite hobbies. And, I don't want that for my kid. I don't want him to sit there being hooked and being addicted on video games and being hooked on them and playing video games, 30, 40 hours a week like it's a full-time job. I want him to get out into the real world, earn a real living, make real life money, work hard and earn the things he wants in life. And, you want to do something, you're bored, hit the gym. You're bored, you want to do something, go watch a movie. But I don't want him on video games 30, 40 hours a week like I am. Yeah, I want to see how he's going to feel tomorrow morning. If he's feeling better, then I'm going to say, let's go to school. My son is in 3rd grade, and he's been a straight A student ever since kindergarten. And ever since kindergarten, he's been on the principal's honor roll. Last year, he was not on the principal's honor roll, but not because of his grades, but because he missed too many days, for being sick. And he suffers from allergies and asthma, so sometimes throughout the year, he gets sick pretty easily. And next thing you know, he's missing a good amount of school. But my son, in 2nd grade, in 1st and 2nd grade, he was 70% better than all the kids in the United States in math, which doesn't sound that impressive. It's only 70%, 70-something percent. But in reading, even for 3rd grade, he reads better than 98 or 93% of the kids in the United States, and he has a reading level of a child that's in 5th or 6th grade. So in reading, he really does excel in. He's got a massive vocabulary, a very expansive vocabulary. And he does very good in reading. He does very good in history. He does very good in science. And math is the only subject he's having a little bit of an issue with. And it's not like a major issue. He's still above average in math. It's just that he's not in the 80 or 90 percentile. He's in the 70 percentile. And I would like to see him at least in the 80 percentile when it comes to math. But to be honest, as a kid, I wasn't good at math either. I did excel in reading and English and reading comprehension and science. And he's excelling in those same subjects. And he's a straight A student. So I'm really proud of him. I'm really happy. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my girl. It means a lot to my moms. It means a lot to him. I could tell that he's happy being a straight A student. Anytime there's not a student doing well in the classroom, all the other kids are talking about it, he says, and you want to be one of those kids doing good in school. You don't want to, nowadays, hold on guys, I gotta see where my, nowadays when it comes to school, it's not all about do you have the coolest Jordans or the coolest outfit. These kids nowadays want to know, hey, are you the dumbest kid in school? And if you're the dumbest kid in class, you're going to have problems. So I've noticed that nowadays, the major thing is, that the kids want to excel in school, and it's cool to be the smart kid in class. That's what I've noticed. So I'm really proud that he wants to be one of the smart kids in class. He's been on the principal's honor roll for like 3 years now, and he's excelling in, subjects like reading and math and science. He really does love his history and science a lot. Okay, guys, I got to go in here and pick up some food. I'll take you guys with me, and I'll catch up with the chat real quick. Let me see what the chat is saying. Oh, bot keeper, you should definitely sub up. I would really appreciate it, bot keeper, if you did sub up. It would mean a lot to me. You know, Grow, that happens a lot to kids. There's so many things, you know, people don't realize this, but there's so many things that when it comes to school. You know, your kid could not be feeling it. Maybe it gives them anxiety to be in school. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable in school. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable anywhere besides his home surroundings or with his family. Maybe he's being bullied on. Maybe he's being teased. Maybe he feels insecure about himself, or you know, low self-esteem. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable around 30 other kids, and he doesn't feel like he's getting the attention he needs from the teacher to learn. So there's so many reasons, you know, why homeschooling is a good thing. But I want my kids to, like, you know, kind of just be in a normal environment and just have to try to deal with, you know, any sort of bullying, any sort of teasing. That kind of stuff isn't gonna kill you. It should only make you stronger. It shouldn't get to, you know, that serious or something crazy like that. Even though I know a lot of crazy stuff be happening in schools nowadays. But because it's gonna make you a stronger adult. And you know, you can't be pampered your whole life. You got to be ready for how the world is going to treat you. And you should only treat your kids, and your environment should only treat your kids with as nice as the environment and the people around him are going to treat him in the future when he's an adult. And most adults aren't going to be nice. They're not going to sugarcoat things. They're not going to be sweet. You know, your boss at work isn't going to be sweet to you and sugarcoat things. So you got to get used to that as a kid so you can adjust for adulthood. And he's 8 years old. And just 6 years from now, he'll be trying to get a part-time job. And 6 years from now, he'll be, you know, trying to get a license. Hold on, guys. I got to see what's taking so long. Oh, is that this order over here?
Huh?
Adam W?
Adam W. This is Samuel P.
Okay. Do you know if this order will be ready soon?
It'll be ready in a couple minutes.
Appreciate it. So, you know, that's the only reason why I don't put my kid through something like homeschooling or anything like that. Because as much as I would love to keep my kid right by my side 24/7, hanging out with me, you know, it just doesn't seem practical, because I got things that I got to get done during the day, and getting to work and stuff like that. And then I would have to be his teacher, and I don't know anything about being a teacher. No, I have to admit, I have not done a good job of, like, you know, exercising and stuff. I eat really good, though. I'm only like 150 pounds, 155, maybe 160 on a bad day. But I should be taking my kid out on like daily jogs or daily walks, you know, just because he himself is a really big kid. He's almost just as tall as me, and already almost just as heavy. Not just as heavy, but he's like, you know, I could tell he's like 90 pounds, you know. And we got to get some of that, burn some of that baby fat off, you know, calorie wise. Maybe put him on a diet, or, you know, not as many late night snacks, or you know, like you said, maybe some daily jogs or daily walks. I got to do some stuff like that. I've also, like, I feel like I failed as a parent, because me myself, I'm not a big gym person. I'm not a gym rat, or like somebody that likes to work out every day. Or, you know, I wake up, I'm in bed, and then after the bed, you know, I'm jumping on the couch, you know, I'm on YouTube, I'm watching TV, I'm playing video games. But I'm definitely not out here, you know, walking and jogging and exercising, and I probably should do more of that. Yeah, over here in Orlando, they start like evaluating the kids like in kindergarten. I remember in pre-K, they were already giving my kids, you know, tests like in the school, and the tests were on a tablet. And I was like, well, guys, doesn't the teacher like guide them through the test and read out the questions, and then tell them, you know, kind of give them the options of the answers they could pick from? And they were like, no, this year, and it was the first year of them doing this, they were like, now on the kids test themselves. You know, the tablet reads out the question the choices, and they try to pick the best choices. And they started testing him in pre-K. By kindergarten, by first grade, by the end of the first grade, not only did he have to take his test on a tablet, but he had to read the question, then read the options and find the answers, and basically test himself. And I'm like, well, what are the teachers doing here then? What's the point of the teacher then if they don't even... I remember back in my day, especially when you were young, thanks, appreciate it. Okay guys, the order for Adam looks like it's ready. You gotta put in a code. This is so futuristic. I only see this at at Little Caesars. You gotta put in a code. Oh, it says the door will open automatically. I don't see it opening. Oh shit, look at that. That is the future of pizza right there, guys. Did you see that? Ooh, and look at these Spider-Man boxes. I gotta get one of these for myself. I'm gonna ask the manager a question. Let me ask him. I got a little bit of a question. Like a few months ago, you guys had a poster for Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
You know what happened to that poster, or
What, the big poster?
Yeah.
They get thrown out.
they get thrown out? Oh my god, I wanted it so badly. All right, well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem. Are you sure you're talking about the Fantastic Four one? Because that was like a year and a half ago.
Was it? Yeah, like a year and a half ago, I guess, when that movie came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
They get thrown out at the end.
Man, I wish I could have gotten that. You take care, man. You see the Spider-Man up one now.
Yeah, the original was someone stole it. They ripped it off of our fucking wall and took off with it.
Really? Someone stole it?
Yeah, to really make money.
That's because they go for a lot of money on eBay.
Yeah, they do. I saw one guy sold it for $300.
Yeah, that's why I
That was
wanted.
gonna be me.
That's why I wanted the Fantastic Four. Not because I wanted to sell it because I collect stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when I went onto eBay to see how much it was like $200 for that poster, just because it was a Little Caesar Marvel promotion.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Take care, man. Okay, guys, let me put this food in the car. Yeah, at Little Caesars. I guess it was... I thought that movie came out recently because I just seen that Fantastic Four movie the other day for the first time. I think it was on Disney Plus. And I had remembered that Little Caesars had this badass fucking movie poster for the Fantastic Four. And it was on their window. I was even thinking of just doing the rip and run, just ripping it off the window and just running with it. But I didn't want to get in trouble, of course, because I knew that eventually someone was going to take it or it was going to be trashed. And those are pretty rare and pretty hard to come by. Anytime there's like, I remember the other day, McDonald's was doing something for like Stranger Things, where they had a Stranger Things Happy Meal, and they had a poster up on their window. So anything like that, that's like a crossover between like Marvel and Disney and like a franchise like Little Caesars or McDonald's, and they give like a bunch of those kind of promotional posters to hang around the restaurant. At the end, when the restaurant throws that out, or if somebody's smart enough to keep it, they're so rare, they're so scarce, they're worth so much that same poster, just because it's a Marvel Little Caesars poster or a McDonald's and Marvel poster, it goes for like so much money on eBay. I wish I could have gotten that one. I'm gonna still try to see if I can get it. I'm gonna see if maybe I can find it on eBay, because I am into collecting movie posters. I gotta start this trip up. Another thing I gotta do today is I've gotta bring my ratings back up when it comes to this DoorDash stuff. I took like a month and a half off from work to stay at home with my son for the whole summer and just kind of hang out and chill with him. have fun. And I don't know why, but I guess when you don't do this job or use this app for a while, it brings your ratings down. I don't know why. But I'm gonna be out here for some time. I want to say I'm definitely gonna be out here until like midnight, just trying to hustle and make some money. The only thing I would like to get done, I'm still putting money away for my new car, trying to get a Dodge Challenger pretty soon. And I also need about $75 to pull out the Porsche out of the garage and into the driveway, because I think if I'm able to pull the Porsche out, there's some things I can get done with that car myself, like replacing the brakes, replacing the tires. I think I could probably replace a few of the fluids that need to be replaced. Maybe do an oil change myself. Maybe clean out the gas tank myself. Maybe try to clean out the fuel injectors. I think there's a few things that I could honestly do myself on that Porsche 928 to get it up and running. And I definitely got to clean it out, and I definitely got to get it looking good. Because if I was to just drag... Oh, what up, Sabe? What's good, Sabe? Yeah. But what was I saying? I completely... Oh, that's my goal for the week, is to get $75 that I could just put towards getting my car out of the garage, getting the Porsche out. I want to clean it up. I want to give it a really good cleaning, because if I don't give it a really good cleaning, then when I take it to the mechanics and they see it looking bummy and all crazy looking, they're going to be like, oh, they're going to tell you, oh, this car needs like some major repairs, which I don't think my Porsche 928 needs any major repairs. I just think, we got to pump some life into it. I haven't started the car since COVID. So, I got to get that car up and running. I'm hoping that it does not cost more than $1,000 to get the car up and running, because all I want to do with this Porsche 9, there's two things that I'm supposed to be doing with this Porsche 928. I could either restore the car and make this car worth, $30,000 to $45,000, because that's how much a fully restored Porsche 928 goes for. My son would like it if I leave the car to him. If I left the car and I passed down the car to him. Now, the thing is, I wouldn't mind passing him down the car, but selling the car means extra money to put towards a second house. And selling the car means a good amount of money in my bank account. But that's not the main reason why I want to sell the car. I would rather give the car to my son. But the problem is, the car is not a safe car. It is from 1986. It is a vintage classic Porsche. It barely has anti-lock brakes. It doesn't have airbags. It doesn't have, a backup cam. It doesn't have sensors that stop the car for you if you're about to hit another car. None of that. So, and he's got the need for speed. He likes, he's always asking, Dad, can you drift around this corner? Dad, can you hit the gas? And I don't want to give him a car that is so dangerous. So I'm not sure if I'm going to pass him down that car. And, I'm not the only parent. My wife, my girl has to agree, hey, let's give him the car. And if she says, hey, we're not going to give him this car, it's a death trap, we're not going to give it to him then. But as a dad, I wouldn't mind giving him that car and passing that on to him. It is a vintage classic car, and it's a beauty. It's a really nice car. It's got 350 horsepower. It's got a great paint job on it. It's just a classic Porsche. And I wouldn't mind giving it to him, but the car is a lot to handle. I remember driving it as a kid, The car was a lot to handle. The AC unit, I would have to spend $2,000 to bring the AC unit up to date. So this way he doesn't fucking die of a heat stroke driving that car, because the transmission is like right in the middle of the car, right next to you. You can feel the heat of the car when it's running. And I would have to update the AC unit for him. And I would have to try to see if I can make the car safer. Like, can you install an airbag into that old car or something? So I'm most likely gonna sell the Porsche, and I want to say, like, you know, I'm trying to get it out of the garage this week, you know. And in the condition that the Porsche is currently in, it's worth anywhere from like $5,000 to $15,000. So if I get a mechanic that tells me, hey, this car needs $5,000 worth of repairs for it to be running, you know, not to mention the rest of like the restoration work. If somebody says that, hey, this car needs $5,000 just to get running, on top of the restoration, on top of the resto, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna sell the car as is. And as is, I'd probably get at least $7,000, because the engine is worth $4,000 by itself. Just the motor of the car is worth $4,000. So I would probably do that. Like that's what I want to do this week. That's my goal for the week, is to try to get the car out of the garage. I have been selling a lot of books on eBay. On Monday, I've got to go to the post office. I sold about $500 worth of comic books this weekend. Last night, a whole bunch of books out of nowhere sold all at the same time. So I've got like $500 worth of books to ship off. I got to do that Monday. And then from there, like I said, I'm going to be going to work to put money towards my Dodge Challenger, put money towards dragging the Porsche out of the garage, and get something going on in the household instead of me just playing my team all day and all night. Like, I love being INDIE2K all day and all night in the house and the place to be. But I got to start being more productive around the house instead of just, you know, playing the game all day and shit. I'm like a chud if I just do that all the time. How you doing? I'm dropping off an order. It is going to 10755 Arborview Boulevard. And here's my ID. Yep. So those are my goals. Those are my plans for the week, is put some money away for the Dodge Challenger that I want to get, and get the Porsche out the garage, you know, and continue selling some more books, because I don't know what's going on, but it looks like ever since Avengers Doomsday, you know, the trailer came out for Avengers Doomsday, and then ever since the new Spider-Man movie, I've noticed there's been like a new interest in comic books, and they're flying off the shelf a little bit faster. They're selling a little bit quicker on eBay. So I'm just gonna continue listing my books, and so, you know, I'm just gonna continue listing them until they're all gone pretty much. I'm pretty much selling my whole collection. If you guys are asking why am I selling my whole collection, as much as I love my comic books and as much money as they're worth, I don't want to take the chance of one day society just completely outgrows that hobby, because everything has gone digital and everything is on music, movies, comic books, magazines. Everything has just gone digital, and no one's gonna find a need for paper media. No one's gonna find a need for DVDs or CDs or VHS. And I've got a lot of that stuff collected, and I just gotta get rid of it. I must have like over $40,000 worth of comic books, and so many other collectibles in my house that, like, I feel like digital media is gonna one day replace them, make them obsolete and outdated, and no one's gonna have any need or want for a paper comic book or any use, when you could just go online and download that same digital comic book and read it for, instead of paying $200 for the comic book, you can go online, download it, and now read that same comic book for like $3.99 a month. You get unlimited access to comic books. So that's why I'm kind of starting to sell all of my stuff. And me and my wife want to move into we're trying to get a second house, so I need the money for a second house. And on top of it, I'm getting too old to like drag 60 boxes of comic books. It's got to be more than 60 boxes. It's about 100 boxes. It's enough to fill a store. I could open up a comic book store if I thought there was any profit to be made in owning a brick and mortar comic book store. I can go and open one up. That's how much inventory I've got in the house, in my rooms. But I don't think it's profitable anymore nowadays. Maybe if this was like the 70s, 80s, and 90s when comic books were at their peak, everyone, it was popping and it was highly collectible, and people wanted to invest money into comics because they knew it was going to be worth more in the future and it was a good investment. Nowadays, you know, people don't think of it like that. You know, there's not a supply and demand when you can just go read the same. You can go read the first appearance of Wolverine, Hulk 181. That's $1,000 comic book. You can go read it on some app for $3.99 a month and not ever have to think about buying the book just to read it and see what the inside of it is like. So those days are kind of gone. Okay, I gotta drop off this order, guys, and I'm taking you with me. So those are the three main reasons why I'm selling the comic book collection. I've spent way too much money on my team throughout the years. It's time to get my bank account back up into what I'm accustomed. Military planes. That was a military helicopter right there. And, you know, it's just not where I want my bank account to be and what I'm accustomed it being at. So it's time to get my money up, not my funny up. And it's time to get some of that money back into my account that I spent throughout the last 2 to 3 years on my team. It's time to, you know, get back into selling and making money like that. And, you know, my damn Porsche 928 has been sitting in the garage now since COVID. I feel like ever since COVID, I turned into a fucking chud. You know, I'm just sitting around playing video games all the time. So it's time for me to get back to, you know, being more productive, make some money off the collection, get the car up and running, buy myself a third car if I want. I really want that Dodge Challenger, guys. I don't know why, but I love the Dodge Challenger. And not the newest body style, that electrical car. That car looks, oh my God, they completely fucked up the body style. And instead of sticking to a retro themed muscle car, they're like now a futuristic looking fucking bubble. And the car looks hideous, and nobody wants a muscle car with a fucking engine. People want a muscle car, a retro muscle car, because it's a muscle car and it reminds them of the past. So I want a retro muscle car, and I want to feel like I'm in an old Dodge Challenger from 1970. I want to hear a V8 engine, you know, revving up. I don't want an electrical car, or else I would have. My girl wants to get a Tesla. She wants to trade in the Toyota for a Tesla. And I'm not saying they're not great cars and they don't last. They last just as long as any. I'm old school. I want to hear an engine. I want to rev up an engine. I want to, you know, be able to see the engine underneath the hood and not just empty space over there. And so I still would love the idea to get a Dodge Challenger. And that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is getting a Dodge Challenger. Okay, that was the first order of the night. Let's get to a more like, I don't know, more like a business area where there's more restaurants, where it's gonna be busy. Because right now I'm just in the middle of like some sort of like subdivision community, and like there's no restaurants out here. So we got to get back to the main road. I guess not, because I already got another order. Time to head to Taco Bell, more like Taco Hell. Ugh, I can't stand Taco Bell. And guys, before I start talking trash about Taco Bell, there was a time where I was a kid and I was working at Taco Bell. And at first I was just doing the drive-through and then the cashier, the register at the front. And I was okay with working at Taco Bell. But and then they had me working on the food assembly line. And I got to see up hand like how they make the tacos, how dirty the work area is where you're putting the tacos together. How unsanitary it is, how many people touch that taco before you get to eat it, how many people breathe on top of that taco before you get to eat it. And I got to see how old the food looks before they put it in your taco and heat it up. I got to see like the meat. The meat comes in a bag of sludge that is not gravy. It's just a bunch of chemicals that the meat is floating in to preserve the meat and give it meat-like taste. I don't even know if Taco Bell's meat is real meat. So once I saw that, I was getting completely disgusted. And I told the manager, like, look, I don't want to touch this food. I don't want to be associated with the food. I don't want to assemble the food. I don't want to give people this food. So she put me back on the register, which she was okay with it. But then I had to deal with how many people came in and ordered the disgusting sludge food, the disgusting tacos. And one day, I don't know what happened, but this must have set me over the edge. This obese lady came in with like her 5 obese kids. And she orders like 50 tacos. She orders these boxes that have like 20 tacos each in them. And I kind of gave her this look of like utter disgust. Like I was like, this is disgusting and revolting. And she was like, oh, can I see your manager? And she's like, she was complaining that she wasn't happy on the way I served her up or my customer service, or that I made this disgusted face. And you know, what kind of food are you guys giving me if the cashier guy is giving me this look of disgust when I order your food? And I was like, I'm not disgusted at that. Well, I was like, I'm disgusted at that, I was thinking, but I'm also disgusted that your kids are obese and you're going to continue feeding them this kind of sludge instead of getting them some healthy food and making them healthy human beings, and not ordering from an establishment like this. I was like, if I seen my kids were like that, the last thing I'm going to do is, you know, get them more Taco Bell. So I ended up being sent home that day. And then like I kind of had the feeling that my manager was going to fire me because of that. So the next day I just went in and was like, hey, I can't stand working here no more. And I think I lasted like maybe 3 months at Taco Bell because it was that disgusting. The food, seeing how it was handled, and then seeing the kind of people that came in and ordered it by the boatload, thinking like it's good food. If you're in the mood for tacos, don't go to Taco Bell. Go to Chipotle. If you're in the mood, there's another place, I forgot the name of it, but it's way better than Taco Bell and it's way cleaner and way fresher. But it's not like as big of a franchise as Taco Bell is. But there's so many other places you can go to get tacos besides Taco Bell. And Taco Bell is absolutely disgusting. I would never tell anyone. You'll never catch me eating a taco. I would have to be starving and on a huge road trip to eat Taco Bell. Because Taco Bell is absolutely filth. Okay, where is my light? Even if I'm like fucking smoking and I got the biggest munchies, I still won't eat Taco Bell. Like nowadays, it is it's very rare to see me eating fast food nowadays. And guys, if you want to ask me why I don't eat fast food, I don't want to sound like a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but McDonald's claims to serve up 1 billion hamburgers in the United States per year. I want to know, where the fuck is McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Steak and Shake? No, not Steak and Shake. McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King, the 3 hamburger fast food chains. Where are they getting all of this beef? And where are all of these huge cow farms? There should be massive cow farms everywhere throughout the United States, in each state, just to be able to provide beef for that state. Like Florida should have like probably like 3 to 5 massive cow farms where there's just thousands and thousands of cows on that farm being bred just to slaughter for hamburgers for McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King. But you don't see that. So where do they get all, where's the beef coming from? Where is the beef coming from? So ever since I thought about that, I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to eat the beef because I don't know where it's coming from. But yeah, guys, this week my goal is to get the Porsche 928 out of the garage into the driveway, start cleaning it up, start fixing it up as much as I can do, you know, and then from there get it towed to a mechanic and be like, hey man, I tried getting this car up and running, I couldn't get it running, can you do something? And how much is it going to cost me? If I get a mechanic and says that the car is going to cost $5,000 to fix it, I'm going to sell the Porsche as is, because I've been offered $7,000 to buy it as is, as the way it sits in the garage right now. It's just when you go to eBay, a fully restored Porsche 928 goes for anywhere like 30 to 40,000. Actually, most of the time it goes for 30. I'm not going to lie. When I was a kid, I had a choice to pick between buying the Porsche 928 or buying a 1986 DeLorean, the same car that was in Back to the Future. And I was more of a fan of the DeLorean and the way it looked, but I wasn't a fan of the way the car ran. It had a 4-cylinder engine. The chassis and the frame of the car was really, really heavy, and the car was super slow. It looked like a badass exotic car that would go fast, but the DeLorean is actually a really slow car. And that's the funny thing about the movie. You know, you got to get the car up to 88 miles per hour so it could trigger the time traveling, the flux capacitor. And in real life, the DeLorean, the 1986 DeLorean, has such a problem trying to reach, you know, 88, 90 miles per hour. That car didn't even want to do over 100 miles. It had a 4-cylinder engine. So when I test drove the Porsche and I test drove the DeLorean, I was like, yo, this Porsche is killing it. You know, but now, since the DeLorean, not only is it a vintage classic collectible car and the body style is timeless and everyone still loves that car, and it's also considered a movie collectible. It's also considered, you know, a movie collectible because it was in the movie. Now that car easily gets from 40 to like sometimes even $60,000 and $90,000. So did I make the right choice back then? No, I did not make the right choice. I bought the Porsche 928 in the 90s for like I think it was 10,000 or 11,000, and the guy that was selling the DeLorean wanted 16,000, and I thought that was, or 14,000, and I was like, oh, that's 4,000 extra dollars for a car that's running on a 4-cylinder. And I didn't put into factor the collectability, the fact that it was in a movie. You got to remember, the Porsche 928 was in a couple of movies. It was in the movie Scarface, and it was in the movie Risky Business. So I thought it was also going to help its collectability and maintain. Its value has gone up because of those two factors, but not as much as the DeLorean has gone up. I really wish. And nowadays, I still think about getting a DeLorean. I have seen them for sale for like anywhere from like 8 to 11,000 to buy a real crappy one that you gotta put some money into fixing, restoring. But I don't want to have to do all of that. And like normally when you buy those cars, if you buy a beat up DeLorean, it's a money pit and you have to put a lot of money into fixing it. But that's why I wouldn't get a used beat up DeLorean, because you'll end up spending like 10,000 just to get that car running properly where you can use it every day. So that's why a DeLorean that's in really good shape, really good condition, that's why they go for so much, because there's not many out there that that are in good shape and run. And the Porsche 928, there's only like 1,400 left in the United States, and I've got one of them. So let's say out of those 1,400 that are registered, there's maybe 700 running. So it also makes my car like a rare collectible car. So I'm gonna try to fix it and sell it. Hold on, guys, I gotta pick up this order at Taco Bell. It always takes forever to get the order from Taco Bell.
Where's that?
I gotta pick up for DoorDash. Alright. I guess they say it's gonna be a minute. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna sit over here and wait because the order's taking a little bit of time. I guess I'll wait outside because it looks like they're gonna take a while to get this order. But yeah, besides fixing up the Porsche, and getting it out of the garage and into the driveway, I'm also trying to still get another car, and I really want. I also like, look at that little cute Mazda Miata. I love the Mazda Miata, especially the newer body styles. I also wouldn't mind getting a little two-seat road. I think they call them roadsters. I love cars like that where you could just drop the top and it's a convertible car, and you got, look at it, that car. It's got some nice big beefy window rims on that little car. I am also a big fan of those cars, and there's a BMW that also looks like that has like a soft top and it's a two-seater roadster, and I'm a really big fan of those cars too. But then my wife was like, well, how nice is it that you get a two-seater car and then just you and Elijah, just Elijah can go in and my son, and where am I supposed to sit? So it wouldn't be practical for road trips or going to the beach or going to theme parks. We like to do a lot of that stuff. So I couldn't get another small like little car like that, or I would maybe get the Porsche Boxster from like the early 2000s is another car that I like. But I don't want to get an SUV. I don't want to get a minivan. I don't want to get anything like that. I want to still try to get something sporty, something fun to still drive in, something that I like, something that I would consider my dream car. I definitely don't want to get an SUV or a minivan. But those are my plans for the week. Those are I want to say my goals. And also I got to drop some books off at the post office. I did sell like about $500 worth of comics. And I got to keep listing some more comics because most places want at least $2,000 for a down payment on a car. So I got to come up with like $2,000, maybe $3,000, depending on what kind of car I want to get. I don't know when my order is going to be ready, but it is taking forever. But yeah, this is what it's like to work at Taco Bell. It is mind-numbing work. It is tough. Anybody that works in the fast food industry, you got to give them their flowers because it's tough work, it's consistent work. It doesn't stop for not a second, not a minute. You're constantly on the move, constantly on the go, getting an order ready. And most of the time you get paid very little. So when you see people working and struggling in fast food, you got to give them their flowers, and because it's tough work. It's not an easy job, that's for sure. I would rather be doing anything else. But this order should be ready pretty soon, and then we gotta drive. I think it's like maybe a 7-minute drive that we've got. All right. Hopefully this order is going to be ready soon. But I'm only going to be out here for maybe 3 more hours because I've already been out here for an hour. It's busy, but not too busy. I'm just looking to make like maybe $60, $80 for the night. If I can make $60, $80 in the 3 to 4 hours that I'm out here, I'm good. Okay, it looks like everyone else has gotten their order except for me, so I should be getting my order pretty soon. It's not that big of an order. I don't know why it's taking forever, but it is. Guys, if everyone could click like and sub up, I'd really appreciate it. It's just a little bit of a light stream today. I'm just taking it easy because I've been grinding out the game all week and all weekend. I think this is only like week 1 of season 9, and I've already hit 60 showdown wins. I'm in tier 1. I have not had a chance to get matched up or play against any tier 1 players yet, but I'm in tier 1, and unfortunately there's no king of the court no more, so it makes the weekends pretty boring. But I have gotten to 60 wins. I've been opening up like a few I think I've had like 1 or 2 free goat packs. I'm trying to think, what did I get out of my goat packs? From Domination, I want to say I got something like Trey Young, something like that from completing Domination. And then from reaching 50 showdown wins, I got Bill Walton. It was a complete dud. I guess this order still isn't ready. I don't know.
I don't know how many cards are left.
But I'm still waiting on this order.
I got a free.
Let's see if maybe this guy can help me. Do you know if this is ready?
It might not be made for a while.
Like 5 more minutes? They're saying it's gonna take more time. I've already been here for like 10 minutes. See how nasty the Taco Bell food looks when it's getting assembled? It's absolutely disgusting. I would not touch it. You would have to pay me to eat it. Not me, pay them to eat it. 10 minutes? Okay, that's cool. Oh, they said it's gonna take 10 more minutes to get the food. That's crazy that the service over here is this slow. And this is not even a big order and shit, but they're really busy with the drive-thru, I guess. But this is Taco Bell, and it's not even that busy inside. So I don't know why it's gonna be 10 more minutes. That's coming from the cola machine. You hear that crazy loud sound? It sounded like something was gonna explode. There is 6 items in this order, and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. They call it dirty soda. Back in my day, if you called it dirty soda, it's because it had the scissor in it. It had some lean in it. And guys, if you guys don't know what scissor or lean is, that's what is it that they used to call it? It's cough syrup. And they used to call it like dirty soda. Now they call a Baja Blast dirty soda. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to wait. Got no other choice. I guess I'll go outside for a little bit, walk around, get my steps in, get some exercise in. That's another thing I like about this job, is that I'm not always just like cooped up in some office. I'm not always cooped up in, in the car. I'm able to get out, walk around. Oh, it is drizzling out here now. See guys, I really like the way this Mazda Miata looks. Look how cool and sporty it looks. And this is an older version. This is a much older model. And I still love the way it looks. Look at that. It's a beauty. It looks like a little Porsche. It looks like a cute wannabe like little Porsche. Really fun to drive around. It's got 2 seats. It probably has like a 4-cylinder with like maybe you could put 1 turbo in it. And you're probably gonna crank out like 300 horsepower on a car that weighs so little. You're gonna fly through the fucking air and through the traffic. It just is a cute little car, and I really like it. I think it looks adorable. I think it looks sporty. I like that it has only 2 seats. I like that you could add like a turbo to that type of car and really improve the 4-cylinder output. I wouldn't mind getting one of those. I really wouldn't. I either want something that's really small or something that's really big and beefy like a Dodge Challenger. But something sporty either way. I don't want something boring like a dad car, like a van, a minivan, or even though Volkswagen just released a really cool looking van. It's like this cute little like retro looking van. That one looks pretty nice, but it's also expensive. It's electrical. You know how I feel about electrical cars, and it's a van. I don't want to drive a van or an SUV. Okay. Something is going on because this order is taking forever, and I got 2 orders here. No, that is not for me. I think I got 2 orders. Let me see if there's a second order. No, I guess it's just this one order. I thought I had 2, but the customer just added some stuff onto the order. It says I've got an order from Madison over here.
Grace, did you want the other delivery I have here, or we're not using that line number? The delivery I have
Oh my God, what is going on here? Hold on, guys, I gotta figure some stuff out on this app. I guess I do have 2 orders. One of them is from Madison, and they did call it out. I'm trying to pick that one up right now. Let's see if I can get it real quick. And I'll put that in the car for now. No customer service, though. That's the one bad thing about this job, is when you get to a restaurant and then they take so long, and then it doesn't reflect bad on them. You know, DoorDash, Uber Eats, they're gonna blame it on the person picking it up. They're gonna say you took forever, even though you're just waiting around. So it does affect your timing out there on the road and stuff. So hopefully I can get this order pretty quickly. I may just cancel the other one because the one for Madison is up. And then I have another one for a person named Adele. And that one, they say is going to take like 10 more minutes. So let's see how much longer it's going to take. This is the part of the job that gets kind of boring, to be honest. You know, and usually I just pick up the food and I'm out. You know, I'm back on the road and I don't have to wait this long. But sometimes there are periods where I have to wait this long. Hold on, let me see if I can get the order from Madison. No customer service. I need to get some customer service. That order from Madison, that's also mine. I think it's right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We'll take a bag for it?
Yeah, let me get a bag.
Okay, that's the next one. Have it over.
I'm going to go put this in my car and I'll come back for the second order.
Thank you.
They said that the sauces are always being forgotten, so I'm going to make sure I get them a bunch of sauce. I think that's enough. Okay, let me get the first order into the car. And then at least this shows, you know, the customer, like, hey, my order's been picked up. You know, that I'm not just sitting here waiting for no reason. Okay, I gotta get the drinks. And I'm still waiting on the second order for like, I think the person name is, the first order was for Madison, the second order is for like an Allison. And I'm just waiting on the second order now. And then we'll be back on the road. Okay, let's get the drinks. Guys, another thing that's really unhealthy for you, and I stopped drinking cola like over 10 years ago because I felt like it was always fucking with like my sleep habits, and like you can't fall asleep at night if you just drink, you know, a fucking 2 liter of fucking Coke with dinner. And you know, it's great to drink cola with dinner. You know, everybody wants to drink a nice cola with dinner. But then when you're trying to go to bed 2 to 3 hours later for school and you're realizing, hey, I can't fall asleep ever, you gotta figure out what's keeping you up. And the caffeine in cola is so high. And I remember at one point I was a little bit overweight. I was like at 175, 175. And I ended up, you know, taking cola out of my diet, and I lost like 10, 15 pounds instantly. Is this the second order, Madison? Yeah, thanks. Right. Appreciate it, man. Oh, yeah. Madison was the first order. Hold on, I'll be back. I forgot, you gotta take a photo of the order to confirm it. So I gotta confirm the first order, and then I can move on to the second order. And if anyone thinks that this is like difficult work, man, it's such an easy, simple job. It's not even funny. And like I said, I usually make about $80 after 4 hours of work, which is $20 an hour. In Orlando, in the state of Florida, if you can average $20 an hour, you're making a good living. And on top of this, I usually do a lot of Uber during the day when it's busy, and at nighttime I switch over to Uber Eats because I don't want people in my car at night that are drunk, intoxicated, high, acting a fool. You don't know who you're gonna put in your car at nighttime. So at nighttime I usually just switch over to DoorDash. That's what I like to do, is just switch over, and this way I don't have to deal with people for the rest of the day. So usually I'll do like 4 hours of Uber and then another 4 hours of like Uber Eats. So this way I'm only dealing with people in my car for half the day, and it's only during the daytime when I feel absolutely safe. I don't want to have to be one of those Uber drivers that have to carry a gun with them at nighttime just in case something happens, or you got to carry mace on you just in case something happens. I don't even want to deal with the just in case something happens. I want to completely prevent that from happening. So I don't ever do Uber at nighttime. Once, during the summertime, it stays daytime until like 8:45. During the summer, I'll do Uber for a while, like until like 9 p.m. But in the winter, when the sun goes down and it's 8:30 or 8 o'clock, that's when I'm like, okay, now it's time to switch over to Uber Eats and just do some of that instead of putting people in my car. I'd rather do that. It just feels like a whole lot safer. Okay, let's go drop off the first order. Okay. Why is it not coming up, the directions? This is so weird. I don't know where the fuck these directions are trying to take me, but it's really odd. And I feel like this is gonna cause me some problems. Hold on, guys. I gotta see what's going on with the app. This is actually the most difficult part of the job. Not picking up the food. It's how bad the app works that gets you frustrated. Okay, I got it figured out. It says we're heading 7 minutes away. I think there was just bad reception over here for the internet. But it says we're heading 7 minutes away. Let's get there and drop off the first part of this order. And guys, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, keeping me company while I do this. After I get off of work today, I will be going straight home. And then once I get straight home, I'm going to probably be streaming my team like I do every night. Well, I didn't stream it last night because, like I said, my little boy got sick, throughout the night. But I did play some games. I did make it into tier 1. I did win about 5 games. And let me tell you guys, there is something going on with the game right now. I feel like 2K is making the game difficult. And what I mean by difficult, quality of life on the game has not become good. It is taking forever to find any matchups in the game. On top of that, when they do match you up, they find you the most difficult matchup they could find you. Hold on, guys. And I don't know what it is, but the game has become full of like a bunch of sweats, a bunch of tryhards, and every game that I play now is up against a bunch of sweat and tryhards. But if I spend $10 or $15 on the game for the night and I rip some packs, it looks like I get nothing but easy matchups for the night and easy wins, and it's a fun night. But the second you're not spending on the game, 2K is like, oh, you're not spending, you're not giving us $5, $10, $15, $20 a day, $30 a day. Well, guess what? Here's some tough matchups. And quality of life on the game has not been good. It's almost like they want to force you to move on to 2K27. It's almost like they're trying to make your life miserable in the final 2 weeks of the game, so you'll eventually just move on to 2K27, and you'll be like, oh, over here in 2K26, there's nothing but a bunch of sweats, a bunch of tryhards driving me crazy. I'm gonna go play 2K27. There's more people playing it, and hopefully I don't get matched up with so many sweats and tryhards. That's all they want to do is push. For all I know, I could be playing a bunch of bots, and they're just trying to force it and push people over to the new My Team, to 2K27, which I'm eventually gonna pre-order 2K27. I'm eventually gonna get it. I don't know if I'm gonna pay for early release. I doubt I'm gonna do that. The only thing I could say is that I'm gonna order it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it full time for like the whole year. I might only start playing the game full time once they drop 100s, and there's a way for you to get some really good free 100s and build a team of 100s. I might get on the game when they're dropping, when they're giving you a bunch of free invincibles or a bunch of free, you know, goats, or when you can buy guaranteed stuff like a guaranteed 100 option pack or a guaranteed invincible pack or goat pack like they did this year. But I'm not too sure if I want to start from the beginning and start grinding out the game all over again. I don't know if I'm gonna find that fun, you know, having to start with 0 MT and stack it back up to 2 million MT before you can do anything with it. Before you can invest into other cards and flip other cards to make more MT, before you could buy a player that you could like run on your team. And then when you finally earn, you know, those 2 to 3 million MT that you've been stacking up for the first 2 to 3 seasons, the second you buy a player, and God forbid you list that player back into the auction house, you know, after like 3 weeks, you list them back after like 4 weeks of the season, your player has now gone down in value and you lost MT, you know, on your investment. You lost MT on buying that player and running with them throughout the season. You know, if you don't ever want to lose, here's a little tip for you guys. If you don't ever want to lose any MT on your player that you buy in the beginning of a new season, make sure you sell that player 3 weeks into the season before, you know, there's 2 weeks left in the season. Because when there's 2 weeks left in the season, by that point, everyone's already listing their cards. Everybody's trying to get their MT back. Everyone's already flooding the market with the same card. Where if you put it on the market 3 weeks into a new season, no one's even thought about selling their cards yet. And you'll probably have one of the few cards on the market. So it's always good to sell your cards 3 weeks into a new season, 3 weeks before season ends. If you do it any later, you're going to lose a lot of MT on your player that you bought in the beginning of the season. So I don't want to have to deal with all of that. Did I lose MT on my player? Did it piss me off? We all get pissed off when we buy a player for 2 million MT and then when we sell them back, we only get 1.2. That pisses everyone off, and that sucks about the game. And I don't want to have to deal with those kind of like I said, even feelings about the game. When you're playing a video game, it should be nothing but absolute fun and absolute escape from reality and from stress and from the problems of your daily life. It should be nothing but absolute fun. A video game shouldn't cause you more stress. It shouldn't be stressful to play. It shouldn't be stressful where you have to worry about, did I lose money in this game? Did they finesse me out of MT? That MT cost me so much to get and make. I had to grind 40 hours to make that MT. I had to invest $200 into ripping packs to make that MT. Whatever it is, whatever may be the case, it's not fun to go through that the whole year. And I don't see many other sporting games, you know, like 2K. Like, I don't see any of the other ultimate fantasy, you know, squad building games being like that. You know, it's not that difficult to get cards in FIFA. It's not that difficult to get cards in MLB The Show. It's not that difficult to get cards in Madden. But then in my team, in NBA 2K26, you know, and it's always so difficult each and every single year just to pull the players you want, just to get the cards you want. You actually have to really work hard at it. Like it's a damn fucking job. And I don't want to play a game that feels like a job after I get home from work. I don't want a part-time job once I get home on having to grind out the game. I just want to be able to turn the game on, have the players that I want to play with, and play a basketball game and have fun with it. Instead, 2K wants you to start you over from the beginning with emeralds, sapphires, rubies, and amethyst cards, And then they want you to pay $100 to get that amethyst card, and then they want you to pretend you're having fun on the game. Get out of here. Who the heck likes the fucking start of the game when it's the slowest part of the year? You get the most boring cards with the worst animations, the worst SIGs, and the worst releases. And the game is slow and the players can't shoot. And the things that I've heard that they're doing with the game so far, like making the defense, the computer defense tougher, and making the shooting is going to be tougher next year. I don't know if they're going to go back to RNG shooting. None of us in the community like when they hamper and mess with the shooting. We like what we've become accustomed to all of these years, which is simple. Green or miss. That's how a jump shot is in real life. You either make the jump shot or you miss the jump shot. It isn't, all of this other nonsense, like RNG shooting, which is controlling it. And that's how it should be in the game. You either hit the jump shot or you miss the jump shot. You either green it or you miss it. But it shouldn't be controlled by the computer. Your shooting percentage should not be controlled by the algorithms, of when you can make a jump shot and when you can't make a jump shot. And I remember last year in 2K25, I don't think I ever shot better than 36% from the three-point land. This year, that the computer isn't controlling the shooting, and isn't controlling the game, I'm shooting like 70 to 80%, in most of my games. I've even had games where I shoot 90%. Hold on, guys. I got to get this order ready. Drop it off. This is the order for Madison. Which one is Madison? That's not Madison. Madison is down there. All right, guys. You're coming with me. Don't think I'm going to leave you guys, not put you guys to work with me. You guys are coming with me. But yeah, on top of it, you got to wait for the patches. Every year they're patching up the game. This year they were patching up the game all the way until season 6. And it's not fair for them to ask us to pre-order the game, order a game know nothing about, and just pre-order it blindly. And then after that, you still got to deal with the game being garbage for the next 6 months. For the first half of the the life cycle of the game, it's being patched up constantly. Hold on, they got a bunch of drinks. So I'm gonna pre-order it. I think I have a plan where I just want to pre-order the game and stay playing 2K26 until the game gets good. Like I said, until they start offering like guaranteed like 100 option box or a guaranteed invincible box. And throughout the year, throughout season 1, throughout season 2, instead of playing the game and having to grind out the game just to stack up MT, we saw that this year MT didn't rule the game. MT wasn't king. VC was king at the end of the year. VC was king when you wanted to buy a GOAT option box or buy those $20 packs for a guaranteed non-sellable invincible or GOAT or 100. All of that was bought with VC this year. MT did not play a big part in it. MT was a big part of you getting cards out of the auction house, yes. But if next year, if 2K keeps the game the same way and they start offering 100 boxes that all you have to do is spend $20 on it, that's the time of the year that I want to jump back on. When I can just come over here, buy $200 worth of packs and form my team instantly and form a really good team. And I might just sit there throughout the whole year, pre-order the game, and then just constantly load it up with VC every week. And I forgot to take a picture. And that's what I want to do is buy the game and then constantly load it up with VC throughout the weeks and throughout the months. And then finally, when they start dropping those, like I said, those option packs, those option boxes, or the boxes that guarantee you like a guaranteed 100 for $20 or guaranteed invincible for $20. By that time, I'll have so much damn VC stacked up, it won't even matter that I don't have any MT in my account. I'll just buy the things I want from the game. And I won't have to, be on the game 24/7 throughout the year, grinding it out for MT like a slave. I won't have to sit there and complete all of these dumb challenges that 2K throws you every fucking week just to get nothing. 2K gives you a challenge where like they're like, hey, do this, you get a deluxe pack, and you do that, you complete that fucking ridiculous challenge, and then out of your deluxe pack, guess what comes out of it? Nothing. Nothing good. You don't get nothing deluxe. You get a sapphire, a ruby, a diamond card. You don't get anything good out of those packs. 2K isn't trying to give you anything good for free. Wait up. Was this order over here too? Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. I think there's more to this, or I was supposed. I think both of these orders were going to the same place. I don't know. Hold on. That is so strange. Like, there was a second order, but once I hit complete on this order, I'm just gonna leave this order here too. Maybe it's the same order. I really don't know. Once I had hit complete on this order for Madison, the second order disappeared off the screen. So I'm just guessing that it's all in one place. I've never had that happen before. Usually it takes, when you complete one order, it guides you to the second order. But this time, it didn't do any of that. So I'm really not too sure. So I'm just gonna drop off both orders over here. I believe they might be together. I'm not really sure. I don't know what happened with this order, to be honest. Let me see if I can take a look. Nope. I'm gonna guess that it's all together. Hopefully that went correctly. Unless it was two orders in the same neighborhood, but it still wouldn't allow me to continue the second order unless I was directly in front of that house, and then it would allow me to complete it. So I'm guessing that both orders went over here. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and I don't get in any trouble for anything. Hi guys, we're on our way to the next pickup. And like I said, I'm gonna be out here for like maybe 2 more, I wanna say at least 2.5 more hours. I'm trying to make about $80. I started at 8:30 or 7:30, and it looks like I'm halfway there. So I think in 2 more hours I could probably make another 40 bucks. All right, let's get back onto the main road and let's get to where the restaurant. But so far so good. Like I said, I'm just trying to put money away, trying to get a third car, trying to fix the Porsche, get it out the driveway, get it out the garage and into the driveway. So maybe I could either start working on it or I can find a mechanic. And that's another problem with the Porsche, is that it's a car from 1986, and you would think that working on an older car would be much easier. The problem is that the car is such a classic old vintage car now. Trying to find somebody that still knows how to work on those older cars, those people are either dead or retired, and they didn't pass that knowledge on to their kids, or onto the that took over their business. So when you call like even the Porsche dealership, they'll tell you, the Porsche dealership will tell you they don't have one single mechanic there available to work on those old vintage cars, that they do all of their work through the computer. And you really have to hunt down a mechanic that could fix an older car, a car that's 20, 40 years old. You have to find an old mechanic that still knows how to work on those type of cars. And they're really hard to find. But like back to my team. Like I was saying, I'm pretty excited about my team, 2K27. I just don't want to play the game the whole year. I don't want to spend on it all year. I really just want to spend on it for half the year. And I really just want to play the when the game gets good, when there's the good cards in it, when you have the cards with the best animations, the best SIGs, the best movement, the best release. That's when I want to come back to the game. I don't want to deal with the game and spend $100 on a Dark Matter Hall of Fame box, and then your Dark Matter is Dark Matter Sean Kemp. I don't want to give 2K $100 for that. Okay, I'm just going in circles over here. I hate when neighborhoods are fucking huge circles. I gotta use the GPS to get the fuck out of here. This massive circle. Sucks. I can't get any internet, so I can't pull up the GPS. I can't pull up the GPS to figure out how the fuck to get out of this garbage ass neighborhood. But it looks like we're like 5 minutes away, 10 minutes. Another payday. Ooh, this is a good one. $10, $10.70, and it's 4 minutes away for the pickup. All right, I want to finish smoking this joint. I also got to pick up some weed later on tonight. I'm running low on weed. I think this is my last joint. I think I got like another joint at home, but it's probably like a pinner joint. And I definitely need some more bud for the night. So tonight, after I make a few more dollars, I'm gonna have to go pick up some bud. You guys can come with me. I'll take you guys on a little bit of a drug deal. Not that marijuana is a drug, or not that marijuana is illegal. It's pretty legal over here. Nowadays you could just buy marijuana from a smoke shop in Orlando. It's just the smoke shop weed. But it's pretty legalized over here. A bunch of dispensaries everywhere and a bunch of smoke shops that sell it. If I wanted to, I could easily go pick up my bud from a smoke shop. I just choose not to. Who the fuck knows where they get their weed from or what it is, or sometimes they call it THCA. I just want regular old school THC. That's it. Not THCA. I don't even know where that new like it's like a new molecule they added to the bud and stuff, and like it doesn't make any sense to me. I'd rather just smoke THC, and that's it. That's what they sell at the dispensaries. That's what they sell everywhere else. But the smoke shop be selling something funny. But yeah, 3 minutes away from this pickup, and we'll be at like $40 to $50 for the night so far. I want to make at least $30 more or 20 more bucks. I want to make before I call it a night. And like I said, I want to get home before midnight. I want to be able to jump on the sticks. I want to be able to play some my team. And my boy should be asleep by that time because he's been sick all day. He only slept for like maybe 4 hours last night, and then he was coughing so hard that it woke him up out of a deep sleep. So he didn't get much sleep last night, and he didn't take a nap or anything today. So I'm sure he's ready to crash out. And by the time I get home, he should be asleep, and I should be able to jump on the game. And I noticed that this year, all the prizes, all the rewards in Showdown, they stop at 150 games. After I get to 150 games, I'm going to continue, like I said, playing Showdown and playing 2K26, my team. I'm probably going to be on this game, I want to say, until around Black Friday is when they put the game for sale. That's when they start giving out good stuff like free 100s around the All-Star break, during the All-Star event. And maybe by that time there'll be like a 100 option pack or a 100 pack that you could buy for $20, guarantees you a 100. That's when I'll jump back over to 2K27. But until then, I don't even want to deal with it. It's just too much. Who wants to spend like $1,000 on the game and the good cards haven't even come out yet, and then the cards that you spent that $1,000 on, you can't even run them till the end of the game? No diamonds or pink diamonds or galaxy opal or dark matter should be running at endgame. And you should not be wasting $1,000 to get those kind of cards that don't run an endgame, that don't matter. Dark matters don't matter at the end of the year. They don't matter for endgame. They don't. Those type of cards are not going to matter in season 6. They're not going to matter in season 7. They're not going to matter in season 8. No, they're not going to matter for season 7, 8, and 9. Some of those cards may still matter until season 6. But after season 6, it's pretty much 100s and up. And 2K this year, the pace of the game was so crazy, so fast that next year the pacing is this fast, where you buy a card and then it becomes outdated so quickly, or you grind for a card and it becomes outdated so quickly, or you get a card out of the exchange event and it becomes outdated so quickly. It sucks ass to grind so much for a card out of the exchange event, and then maybe 2 weeks later, 3 weeks if you're lucky, it's outdated. And if you try to push it for 4 weeks, you're running a card that's a little bit dated. And I also hate it when you buy a card, you rip packs and you get a card, and then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, there's a better card. You get LeBron James, but then the very next, you buy LeBron James out of the auction house, but then the very next week, LeBron James goes down in value and they drop KD. I'm so tired of that kind of shit, man. Like, that wears you out. Okay, guys, let's go get this order. It is coming from Ferrari's Pizzeria. Let's see how this pizza... I've been to this pizzeria before. Really good pizza. Really good New York style pizza. It's in Orlando. It's in East Orange County. They're open late. Ferrara, I guess. I always call it Ferrari Pizza. But let's see how the service is, and let's see get this pizza ASAP. They got pretty cool like artwork, or did they change? Yeah, they got like really cool artwork on the wall. It's all like New York Yankee artwork. They're really big Yankee fans over here. Look at this mural. Look how crazy that looks. That mural is crazy. Yeah, that's me. I just wanted to show some of this off. The store looks amazing. Yeah. Pretty big order. Guys, this order is massive. It's going to be a pain in the ass to put into the car. Hey guys, did you catch that 2K OG was streaming like a pack opening the other day? It was pretty cool to see 2K OG like stream and do something with the community and do like a pack opening. And let me tell you guys, if you guys don't know who 2K OG is, go check him out. He is the king of pack opening. I used to be the king of pack openings, but then he took that spot away from me. He took that mantle away from me, and he became the king of pack openings. And hold on, this order is massive. Go check out his channel. He does the biggest and the best pack openings around. Yeah. Definitely the biggest pack openings for sure. And they're pretty entertaining. Now, me personally, I think I do the best and the funnest pack openings, but 2K OG definitely by far does the biggest pack openings out of anyone in the My Team community. His pack openings are huge, they're massive, they're legendary, they're really pretty big. So shout out to 2K OG. I was really glad to see him streaming and doing something with like the 2K community. I think that's all they've ever wanted out of 2K OGs, just to sit there and rip packs with them. And especially like next year, we're not going to have CB the Grenade ripping packs. CB the Grenade said he's retiring from ripping packs. We need someone like a big pack ripper like 2K OG to kind of fill in that spot and take over. You know, and that's going to be a huge gap to fill within the community. But he does it each year. 2K OG each year dropping like 30 grand on the game like it's nothing. So if we at least have 2K OG, you know, in the community still ripping packs, we're going to be good. You know, he does it by going to work. He does it by earning a living. And he does it by earning the things he wants to buy in life. And I always got to give that man major props, major respects on that. Got to give him his flowers. Alright guys, I just had to get the order situated. Alright, and it says this order is going 7 minutes away. Not too bad for $10. It took 4 minutes to get here. Actually took me 3 minutes to get here, and the order is only 7 minutes away, and they had the order waiting for me as soon as I got there, just ready and waiting. And the toughest part was getting the order into the car because it was a pretty big order. But besides that, easy peasy Japanesey. And guys, I don't know if you know this, but you cannot say easy peasy Japanesey anymore. For some reason nowadays, that's politically incorrect, and you cannot. They want to tell you do not say easy peasy Japanesey, and I was like, that's crazy. I just learned that recently from my kid because he's in school, and he was like, Dad, you can't say easy peasy Japanesey. And then I told him like, hey Papa, sit down Indian style. He was like, Dad, you can't say Indian style anymore. I was like, well, what is it called? He goes, oh, they call it crisscross. Sitting down crisscross style. So I was like, so you can't say sit down Indian style no more, and you cannot say easy peasy Japanesey. What kind of society are we living in when you can't say sit down Indian style and you can't say easy peasy Japanesey? That's crazy. So I just learned today or the other day that you cannot say those two terms anymore. You cannot say those sayings anymore. They're politically incorrect. But I'm still going to use them because I'm old school. Alright, I got to bust a Yui somewhere near. And of course, this car wants to beep the second your seatbelt isn't on for 2 seconds. It's got to alert you and inform you. Put your seatbelt on or I'm going to yell like your wife does. It sounds like a nagging wife. That's what the car sounds like when it's beeping like that. Like something that won't stop, like a machine. But yeah, we got 7 minutes in this trip. It's a 7-minute trip. But guys, I appreciate everyone that's been hitting the like button. I see we got 12 likes. If we can get it up to 15 likes, I'd really appreciate that. Fuck it, let's try to get it to 20 likes. But for now, let's get it to 15. And I'm about to spark the bark and hit this joint a little bit. It's crazy. The Google Maps in the background sees that you're using now another map and another app, but it'll still give you directions to the other map. to where you were going before, and you got to turn it off, or else it'll just keep trying to give you wrong directions while you're trying to follow another map. It is fucking ridiculous that it can't pick up that you're now using a different app and a different map to stop reading the directions from the other app that's been closed and is now just in the background. Maybe I gotta get a new phone. There was a phone that I was looking into. It was a Samsung flip phone, and it turns into a tablet, but it's $2,000. And I don't mind that it's $2,000 because I really like the idea that the phone could flip and turn into a tablet. The problem is everyone that's bought that phone has had complaints that when you flip it and fold it a bunch of times and you unfold it, that eventually in the middle there becomes like a crease and like a warp in it, and it warps out, and you got to take your phone in to get the screen replaced again. And that it happens like at least twice a year where the screen is gonna warp on you. So I'm not sure if I want one of those Samsung Fold phones, but I do like how big they are. I do like that you're carrying a tablet and a phone, and you know, I like it for YouTube purposes, for the GPS purposes, you know, for a lot of things, you know, for when you're recording videos, for when you're editing pictures and videos. It looks pretty cool. Now, I think the price is a little bit steep. $2,000 for a cell phone is pretty steep. I know they let you pay it off monthly, but it is rather steep for a cell phone. $2,000 for a phone. You could put a down payment on a car with $2,000. With $6,000, you could put a down payment on a house. And now they want $2,000 for the phone? That's crazy work. Now, I know a lot of us depend on our phones, but man, now we're taking it fucking overboard. You know, I remember when a phone hit $1,000, I thought that was a lot. I think a phone should be no more than maybe $1,200 to $1,700. But once you go to $2,000 for a phone, that's when I'm like, let's pump the brakes. This is a bit ridiculous. And do I really need it? And even if you got the money, you got to think to yourself, do I really need it? And do I really want to work to pay this phone off? So, you know, I have this new phone, but I need a second one. I have this phone, it's the Samsung Galaxy. I spent $1,000 on it. I love it. It's a huge screen, a massive screen. And is it a tablet phone? No, it isn't. But it's still pretty damn big and pretty damn close. You know, it's not like, you know, the Samsung S series where it's real small. But I do want a new phone. I want a second phone, and I want to get the Samsung flip phone that turns into a tablet. I just don't want to deal with it warping, and then you have to bring it back to Best Buy and tell them, oh, it's time for you to replace the glass. And then 3 months later, I'm back at Best Buy. Oh, it's time for you to replace the glass again. And then you got to make sure you've always got a warranty for it. And so I really don't want to deal with that. I like how this phone is real sturdy. You know, I've dropped this phone a bunch of times already, and it doesn't have one scratch or not one ding in it. So I might get that flip phone, but it just depends. But yeah, guys, we have... Hold on. We got like 3 minutes left. I want to get this order out of my car because it is a massive order, and it is just kind of like flying all over the place. That's another reason why I recommend never ordering DoorDash or Uber Eats. Go pick up your food yourself, because you never know how that person, like even right now, I'm trying to be real careful with this food, and this, like, you know, I feel like it's sliding all over the place, and I don't know, I can only imagine how the food is looking inside of, you know, the pizza box and inside these other containers. You know, I'm just hoping that the order is going to look good when I get there and it's not going to be a huge sloppy mess. But you never know how that DoorDash or that Uber Eats driver is going to handle your food. So I always recommend go pick it up yourself, or try to make sure that you get somebody that has like a real high rating, you know. And if that person does deliver your food, you know, to you, and everything is, you know, you got there fast and everything's looking good, you should leave them a tip, or at the very least a good rating. You know, like I got like a really high rating, so I'm real. Actually, I got to get it back to a high rating because like I said, I took a month and a half off of work, and my rating did slip a little bit. But I can't wait to get this night over with and get back home and get on the game. Like I said, guys, the only thing I'm doing nowadays is I'm collecting GOAT players, not to keep them in my lineup anymore, but I'm trying to get 3 diamond animation breakers. I need one for Bobo, I need one for Manute, and I would like to get one for Wembanyama. Those are the 3 players that I wouldn't mind also getting one for LeBron James. But I need 3 to 4 animation breakers, and it's been a lot of work to get them. It's been a lot of work to get these GOAT players for below 22,000. All right, give me a second, guys. I gotta punch in this gate code. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, is trying to get these 3 diamond animation cards, because I feel like those are the 3 people, not only in my collection, but in the game, that need it the most. Do not waste your time grinding for animation breakers and spending all of that MT to get GOATs and then having to exchange it for a diamond animation breaker. Do not waste that diamond animation breaker on a 100. You should not be wasting that diamond animation breaker on anything less than an invincible. Guys, I just got a notification that I'm gonna call him HV for now on, because I don't want to talk about him at all. But he just made a video saying how content creators can learn from other channels. I guarantee you he will be talking about me again. And like I said, if he's talking about me again in any video, we'll be talking about him again. So I tried to like not do it today, because I didn't want to talk about, you know, Heat Vike again and over and stuff. I thought it was just ridiculous. And let's see, he did claim that his last video was gonna be the last video about me, and that it was over. But I guarantee you, he's probably just dropped another video about me, and I'll have to go and sit there and listen to it today and see what he says, and see if he mentions my name or anything, and I'll have to make a reaction video to that and address it. But hopefully he doesn't even mention me. I hope that he doesn't. But it's titled, "What Other Content Creators Can Learn from Other Channels." So it's again him just talking about everyone in the community. Is pretty much what he's trying to get away with doing, without calling it TMZ trash content. You know, he's gonna call it, oh, what we could all learn from other content creators, which basically just means, hey, I found a way to keep on, you know, doing my usual TMZ trash like content, and I found a way to, you know, to keep on talking about everyone else in the community and keep on talking about all the people in this community. It's fucking so bizarre. It fucking gets me. It was getting me pissed off in his last video, and I saw how much of a joke it was, and I realized I was dealing with a child. But it doesn't bother me. His videos are like usually like 40 minutes long to an hour. I mean, he's had videos where he spoke about me for 2 hours. That's not a video, it's a movie. And if he does put out something like that, I'll just skim through it real quick just to see, you know, how did he come up with another excuse to constantly talk about the people in this community. He'll find any bullshit way. Oh, today I'm going to talk about what we can learn about each other. Guys, this is how you're disrespectful and rude to everyone in the community. You know, and guys, this is like, you know, what I mean by I'm right and everyone else is wrong, and he calls himself the best content creator out there, and that he's done more for the My Team community than anyone else. And I just think that's so narcissistic to say, but that's just me. And he's constantly searching for like attention and being an attention seeker and a clout chaser, and I'm just like so done with it. Like, I don't even want to mention him anymore. That's why from now on this channel we're gonna either refer to him as Chicken Little or like, but we're not gonna even address his name, and we're not even gonna give him any more attention that he's already gotten from me and the rest of this community, and we're not gonna give him the rest of the attention that he wants. And I'm just gonna keep my channel positive and negative free and free of any toxicity. I don't want that negative energy even like being spoken to me and shit, much less, you know, corrupting me and my channel. So he did put out another video. I'll probably check it out later on when I'm home. I usually listen to Heat Vike whenever, either when I first wake up and I'm taking a crap, I'll listen to the crap that Heat Vike has got to say, or when I need to fall asleep at night and I can't fall asleep. He's got like a really like boring like it's not boring, it's I guess you can call it soothing, but it's very monotone, and it just like, you know, puts me to sleep sometimes. So I'll drift off to sleep while I'm watching like a My Team video, and it's usually Heat Vike. I think it's like his mutant ability to put people to sleep. And like, you know how they have those videos on YouTube where it says like it's 3 hours of rain sounds help you fall asleep? Heat Vike does 2 hours of talking of INDIE2K to help people fall asleep. It's crazy that he's got a 2-hour video on me. It's a movie, and I think that's pretty awesome. But I just got a notification that he just dropped a video, and it's called, you know, it looks like he's gonna talk about everyone in the community at once in this video. And I'm sure he'll find something to try to depict me in a bad light. He'll show one of the scenes where like I'm cussing him out and calling him a bunch of derogatory names. He'll show, but what he won't leave out, what he's gonna fail to leave out, is that he's now made like 12 or 13 videos, and that can be a bit frustrating, and that it's annoying and frustrating, and he's a constant nuisance and a constant troll. He'll leave that part out of his video, but he's gonna, you know, sit there and be like, and I don't understand why DBG and JC2K and Indie and Ty Debo and everyone else in this community is mad at me and they say they hate me. I don't understand it. Well, as I don't know, it's because you've only been a troll in like 12 of your videos, and like you've made complete fucking like just ridiculous videos where he argues about thumbnails and disagreeing with his MT and VC methods. It was funny. It was frustrating until I realized I was dealing with a child, and then the answers that he gave me started to make more sense. But now that I know he's just a kid, and you know he's a little fruity for the booty, I just it doesn't even register. It doesn't even bother or faze me anymore, because it would be me like arguing with a child that's in 5th grade. We're just going back and forth saying, no, my mom, your mom, no, your mom is fat, no, my mom is. It's just like, you know, ridiculous child. Like, eventually you got to smarten up, and you got to realize that all his content is just childish rage bait content, where like it's just back and forth nonsense in a circle the whole time. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. It looks like he put out a new video, guys. Go check out his video. I'm always gonna be positive. I'm always gonna be supportive. Go check out Heat Vike. Go check out his channel. Like I said, if you're ever part of that, you know, LG community, and you want your daily LG My Team news, you go over to Heat Vike's channel and you check it out. He's gonna be talking about all the guys in the community every day on a daily. He's gonna talk about all the men. He's gonna talk about which one he thinks is the cutest, which one's the most handsome. He's gonna talk about how he loves DBG's accent. And so go check out that channel. It's very TMZ like, and it's great stuff. It is. I find it very hilarious. Once I started realizing what kind of content it was, and that I was getting caught up into it, but once I stepped back and like realized like, well, this is all like just nonsense content, and it's just all made up, and it's hilarious, it's hysterical, it's good rage bait, it's good troll content, it's good TMZ rumor mill and gossip content. So I'm go check out his new video. It looks like he's talking about everyone in the community. Go be positive, go support him. You know, like I said, he's coming out, you know, he's coming out of the closet with a lot of things that he's, you know, trying to deal with in life. And you know, just go over there, be positive, be supportive, and just support the channel. Like I said, he puts out great content. But that's all I've got to say. I'm just hoping he doesn't talk about me in this next video of his. He puts out a video every day, and every other day it's about one of the content creators, and I just hope that I'm not targeted in this last one. He said it's over with. Let's see if he's a man of his words. Let's see if it's truly over with, and he's gonna honor his word, because he said last time it was over with, and now he's made 4 videos since his last it's over with video, and this is his second it's over with video. So hopefully it is over with, but I highly doubt it. I'm just gonna, I'll probably have to watch this video and see what he's got to say about everyone in the community, and he'll probably get him what he wants, you know, to stir up the argument again, to drag things out, to make an argument out of nothing, and to make an argument for no reason, and be negative and toxic for no reason. So I'll check out his newest video. I'll see what he has to say. Hopefully it's positive. I've been hoping that Vike will start going back to making positive content, and that's what I really hope he does, is going back to like that positive type of content that he used to first put out. Somewhere along the line, he became corrupt, like Anakin Skywalker going to the dark side, and now he's like big bad Darth Vader, and he's constantly just nitpicking and making videos about either DBG or JC or myself or Ty Debo or Tricky from Tricky List. And you know, how many people do you have to start beef with, you know, before you're happy with, you know, the recognition you've gotten, before you realize, okay, people see me now because I do such a big deal and such a big commotion out of thumbnails and ridiculous stuff like that. You know, I just hope eventually he gets back to pumping out more positive stuff, so I can go back to just enjoying it, instead of watching him make movies about me where he's talking about me for 2 hours now. We're not talking about the game. We're not talking about the game that me and him played, where I beat him, I slaughtered him in the game, I destroyed him in the game. We're not talking about that. I don't even know what we're talking about or what he's talking about anymore. But apparently he's got a new video talking about what we can learn from the other content creators and what we can learn from each other. He's just gonna use that as a way, an excuse. You know, Vike, you found a way to continue talking about everyone in the community. I wonder what is he gonna do when he runs out of that content. What is he gonna do? What would happen if me, Ty Debo, JC, and DBG weren't around? How would he cover the game? Since he can't play the game, he doesn't play the game, he doesn't know how to play the game, and he's absolutely a scrub at the game. He doesn't play any of the 5v5s, he doesn't play online, he plays the breakout board only. That's the only thing he could handle and the only thing he could beat, and that's the only thing he could play at a successful rate. So if there wasn't, you know, us content creators around for him to talk about, what would he be talking about? So I don't get it. It doesn't make much sense to me. But if that's how you want to build your reputation, and that's how you want to build your channel, on the hard work of other people's, you know, on their backs, on their shoulders, by name dropping them and pretending you're associated with them and dropping their names, making videos on them for clout, I'm tired of going in this circle. I'm just not going to address it no more, and I'll check out his video later. I just got done with this last video about me where he spoke about me for 40 minutes. It took me 3 days to watch that video. I didn't have the time to sit there for 40 minutes straight and just listen to and he was talking about me. You know, I find it very flattering that somebody wants to sit there and talk about me for 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. But my son just started, you know, going back to school. I don't have the time to sit there and listen to someone talk about me for 40 minutes. And for anyone that does, you know, because normally he gets like 300 views on these videos. And we got to let Vike know we want more content like this where he's talking about your boy Indie2K. If you guys like sitting there watching this boy talk about other grown men in this community, then that's on you. But I myself find it like it's getting boring and getting redundant, and it's just so tedious. It's just it's like it's going in a circle, like, and he just finds these new things to talk about, and he spins every little thing into, you know, oh my God, he said homophobic slurs, and I'm all about the LBGs, and I'm here to defend them and stuff. But then if you mention it, he gets offended that, you know, you call him out, you know, out of the closet and shit. So I'm not gonna mention it anymore. I'm just tired of it. I just hope he doesn't mention me in this newest video, but I'm sure he does. And I'm not gonna address it anymore. It's just too much energy. It takes too much energy and effort to address all the negativity in this world. To the point where if negativity and toxicity has to invade my hobbies like YouTube, and has to invade my hobbies like my team, guess what? I just won't do it. I just don't want to deal with it. And for me to want to enjoy my hobby like YouTube, because that's all YouTube is. It's just a hobby. It's just a side hustle to make some extra money. If I can't enjoy my hobbies like YouTube and my team, you know, then I got to take out the things that are making that experience negative. And if HV wants to like make those experience negative and constantly make videos on people, that's up to him to want to live with that kind of negativity constantly in his life, where he's constantly having to battle people in his comment section. He's constantly having to battle with other content creators or streamers, or someone saying something negative about him. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure he dug something up. I'm sure he's like, oh, you know, Indie said this and Indie said that, and I gotta find out if it's true. I just can't stand for it. My pride, my morals, my value. He's really all about that pride. You know, that pride. So I can't sit there and argue with him like a girl. And he's turning this into two catty girls on TikTok, and I don't want to argue like two schoolgirls on YouTube. Like, it's just, grow up, man, and be a man. Like, so I was having a good time, and so I just got the notification that said he's making a video on everyone in the community. It's just ridiculous. I'll probably turn it on while I'm dropping off this last order, and let's see what he's got to say, guys. It's just ridiculous. And he's gonna twist and turn everything into like his favor. Whatever people say in the comment section, he's only gonna get the comments that favor him. He's only gonna make a video that isn't the truth at all. Like, it's the furthest thing from the truth. And I'm glad so many people left them negative comments saying, hey, we see through the bullshit. We all know you're bullshit. He went back to like watch my videos from like 2 or 3 years ago when it was just a comic book channel, and he went there to see who was in the comment section. Like, it doesn't get any more weird, any more obsessive and stalkerish and compulsive than that. And I don't have the energy to deal with such weird energy and compulsiveness. Like, that's a disorder right there, and I don't have that disorder. I'm not Carlo. I'm not HV. I'm not him. I can't be obsessive and compulsive about it and then try to like keep pushing this fake beef, you know, just to get this fake beef, you know, constantly going. Hold on, guys. To me, it was over with when I beat him in the game, when I destroyed him in the game. And there's no reason, you know, after that I thought it was completely over. There's no reason for me to have to keep addressing the matter or keep making videos on the matter. I destroyed him in the game. What else can I do? Now Now he wants to have a standoff to see who can make the most MT in the auction house. That will determine who's the better my teamer. I was like, my dude, if I want to do that, I just rip some packs until I get something good, and then I list the good cards, and that's how I make my MC. But I'm not here to have a my auctioneer competition or an eBay competition. Yes, Travis G. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Don't forget to confirm and have a good night.
You have a good night too. See, that's fast service right there.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I'm not going to waste any more time or effort or energy in it. Life is too short to constantly be consumed by negative energy. And if you just want to make yourself like consumed constantly with negative energy and negative thoughts, and I don't want to do that. That's not me, and I don't wish that upon anyone. And if you want to let that kind of stuff consume you, if you want to let that stuff, you know, be what your content is about, you know, where you're just constantly talking about the guys in the community, the guys that are trying to be positive and supportive, that's on you. But do I want to participate in that anymore? He was the one asking me to reply and react and do a response video to all. He made 7 videos about me before I made one video that responded to him, and it was 7 videos deep. It took me 4 hours to respond to all of those videos and all of those comments in his section and in his comments. And then after that, he makes like 5 more videos on me. Now we're up to like video 12 or 13. I've lost track of how many sequels he's made, guys. And at this point, these are documentaries, these are movies, and I'm just hoping that in today's video he doesn't mention me. I just got the notification for it, and I hope he doesn't turn something, you know, nothing into something again. Guys, I need one more like to make it to 15 likes. If somebody, one person could just like up the stream and get it to 15, that kind of love and support really does make a difference. It goes a long way, and it makes me real happy, especially when I got to deal with stuff with like your boy HV. I don't know, what should I call him? Can't call him Heat Dyke, that's for sure. I think that would maybe get me in trouble if I say that all the time. I don't know. I'll just call him, you know, like, I guess we could refer to him as Chicken Little, because he was really scared to play me. But that nickname has already ran its course. I'm gonna try to come up with a new nickname that I can call him on the channel, where we're not making a direct reference to him, but you guys know what I mean when I'm talking about that, or when I mention that name. But I just want, now I'm kind of curious to see what that video is going to be about. Let's check it out. Let's just see what he's got to say. I'm sure he's going to mention me. If he does, I'll address it in the next live stream or in the next video. Oh no, my bad, guys. It's not what my team can learn, other content creators can learn from other, it's what my team can learn from other games. Okay. My bad. Thank goodness. I have to be worried. I have to be honest. I was a little bit worried that he was making another video on like the My Team community, or making another video on me. I won't mention him anymore. We don't need to come up with no nickname for him. I really thought that's what he was doing. My bad, HV. I saw a notification that said content creator, and all I saw was I got to read it real quickly, and I saw that it was him. But it's called What My Team Can Learn from Other Games, which that's really good original content. Like I said, I'm still going to be positive and still going to be supportive on HV, no matter how much dirt he tries to, you know, shed on my name, no matter how much he tries to depict me in a bad light, or no matter what kind of crazy accusations and allegations he makes, whatever kind of preposterous, you know, claims he's got, or you know, that he's got to make for content. Some of them are so outlandish, they're just so funny, you know, and they're really out there. So it doesn't bother me anymore. I just thought that he made another video on me again. It was bothering for a second, not gonna lie. But we're on to the next order. It's 4 minutes away. I'm probably gonna be out here for like another hour and a half. And that's about it. I kind of made my money. I did some Uber earlier today, and then I started doing Uber Eats like about 8:30 when the sun went down. And it's been a pretty busy night money-wise. Just a little bit of a slow, boring night. You know, nothing exciting happening here. Just me dropping off people or me dropping off food. It's the same shit. And it gets a little bit boring, a little bit redundant. Would I rather be home playing video games? Yes, I would. But gotta get out here and make some money. Like I said, I got things to do this weekend. I gotta ship some eBay books out that I sold. I sold like $500 worth of books. I'll show you guys that later on tonight. Or tomorrow when I'm going to the post office to drop off the books. I'll show you which books I've dropped off. Or I'm dropping off. And then, I'm trying to get the Porsche out of the garage. I'm gonna stream that. I'm trying to get the Porsche into the driveway so I can fix it up, clean it up, sell it. And those are my projects for like the next week, I wanna say. Keep me busy. And then from there, I'm gonna decide whether I'm gonna buy and pre-order 2K27. I really don't know if I'm gonna pre-order it yet. Another thing that I hate about the start of the year is most people, you know, their answer, their solution to having to play with the slow cards and the cards that don't shoot is, hey, I'm gonna get a Zen. And there's a lot of people running Zens in the beginning of the year until 2K figures out how to get them off the game. And that usually takes half the year to figure out how to get the new scripts off the game. So I don't know if I want to deal with that, you know, also. Like, there's just so many factors onto why I'm not ready to move on to 2K27. It's just, and I'm having a lot of fun with my goats. There was a police officer right next to me for like a split second. I wonder if he was able to see that I was streaming and that this wasn't a GPS. But it's actually not illegal to stream while you're driving. You can't, there's no law that says you can't stream with a mounted phone and stream while you're driving. But yeah, guys, go check out Vike's channel. Like I said, look, I don't know as many people that even dropped my team content today. So anytime you got somebody in your community that is willing to try to put this game on their backs, on their shoulders, and try to carry this community in any sort of way, even though Vike does it through a very negative and toxic way, the fact that he's out there covering the game and putting content out on the game on a Sunday when many people wouldn't even care to do that, you know, it shows that, you know, at least he cares to put out content, you know, on the subject matter. And it gives us something to watch, you know. And I think the only other person that put out content today was maybe Carlo. Carlo definitely put out content today. And I think maybe JC2K put out content. But Ty Debo definitely has taken a break from the game, and I don't blame him. It's pretty dead right now. And a bunch of other people have taken a break from the game. 2K OG did put out some content, and he did stream last night. If you didn't catch his live stream, go check out 2K OG and his live stream. I was so happy to see that dude streaming with the community. And he did a great pack opening. He is the king when it comes to pack opening. I used to be the king. Now I'm the prince of pack openings, and he's the king of pack openings, because he definitely outdoes me. And I gotta give him his flowers and his props and his respects for putting so much and investing so much into the game and giving us so much entertaining stuff to watch. So go watch 2K OG. The guy is great. He really does a lot for the community. I think afterwards he was even putting some snipes out there, if I'm not mistaken. And next year, CB the Grenade is gonna be retired. So, you know, we're not gonna have many people like that in the community that are gonna be doing massive pack openings. And you know, it's pretty much gonna be 2K OG or bust. You know, next year I don't even plan on doing any major pack openings until Endgame. That's my goal, is just Endgame. My goal each year is to make it to Endgame. That's my only goal, is to get through all the boring nonsense of the diamonds, the pink diamonds, amethysts, emeralds, galaxy opals, dark matters. I'm just trying to make it to the 100s, to the invincibles, you know, to those type of cards each year. I can care less about, you know, the early state of the game. It's the most boring. Every year we start over and we talk about how slow the cards are moving, how bad the releases are, the animations stink, and we're waiting for the endgame cards. And then you're telling me once endgame is here, we're ready to start over again? Get out of here. No way. I'm not ready to start over with those boring ass cards. I'm ready to get myself animation breakers and figure out how to make Bobo better. I'm ready to get animation breakers and make Minute Bold better. I'm ready to get animation breakers and make that $100 Wemby card better. I spent $100 to get Wemby. It's time to make him better and get my money's worth out of him. You know, so if I'm ready to move on and start over, I'm more ready to get animation breakers and really have fun with the game. You know, experimenting with which upper and which lower base I like the most together, what combo I like, you know, what dribble styles I'm gonna like the most, you know, all of that stuff. You know, I want to have fun doing that. It's like they brought my career to my team, and you know darn well next year we're not gonna get diamond animation breakers until like the end of the year, until like Endgame. So again, you're just gonna be waiting for Endgame. So I'm in no rush for 2K27 and starting over. I'm really into right now getting the animation breakers. And I'm like, I think I'm 7 cards away from getting an animation breaker. Hold on, guys. Gotta drop off this order. How you doing, sir? Waiting on DoorDash? Here you go, sir. You have a good night?
You too.
Appreciate it. And guys, that's what we call customer service. All right, let me plug the phone back in. Yeah, I'm gonna be out here for maybe another hour. Hold on, guys. Let me check on a few things. I just gotta check on the app. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. I did not see all of this chitter chatter for some reason. Hold on. What's good, Corey? I didn't even have the chat. I don't know what's going on my live stream, but I just double checked my live stream on my phone, and I see that Winter Bear, my boyfriend, Heat Vike's boyfriend, is here again. I almost said mine, not mine. That Heat Vike could have that. But I'm glad. Look at Winter Bear here. He's over here lurking in the comments section, waiting for you to mention HV, so this way he can come and defend him like his little knight in shining armor. Wow, so cute, so adorable, Winter Bear. I'm glad you're here like a troll, and I'm glad you're here like a lurker. But what's good, Corby? Cool Goku Fire. DBG, he's like one of the biggest My Team content creators. Oh, Cool Goku Fire. Another one of that's probably one of HV Burner's accounts. Let's get rid of him. And let's just leave. Oh, what's good, Mike Jacob? What up, Cheez-Its? And oh, what's good, mainstream? I didn't get to see all of these people. What's good, ref? Oh my God, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what was going on. Hold up. I gotta figure something out on my phone. I don't know why on my other phone, that's where I got the live stream, going from. It wasn't I don't know why the chat has completely frozen. And then I went to go check it on my second phone. And I was like, well, let me see why the chat is so dead. And now I'm checking it on my second phone, and I can see that a lot of people have been here. Rage Baiter. You make a meal in New York. FOMO's been here. Oh my gosh, guys. Jesse's been in. Jesus has been in here. Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't know so many people came in and out. Like I said, my phone froze up. The chat froze up. It was still streaming. And then I went onto my second phone and I said, let me see why the chat has been so dead for like an hour or so. But it hasn't been. It's been popping off this whole time. It's just that it froze up on the phone that I'm streaming with. I don't know why. But my bad, guys. I haven't been keeping track of the chat now for like a little bit. But thanks to everyone that's been coming through. I just didn't know so many people came through. I honestly thought for a while I was just kind of, ranting on. But no, guys, there's no reason to ever get offensive about anything that Winter Bear says. I found a video of Winter Bear on YouTube, and the video was 16 years old. And 16 years ago, Winter Bear was a chud with man boobs, a receding hairline, and he looked like he was 40, 16 years ago. This is supposedly when he's young and in his prime, and in the peak of his youth. And oh my God, he's got his dad in the background doing yard work, taking out the trash. He's over there staring and glazing at the purple sky, saying, oh my God, Daddy, oh my God, Papi, is it the apocalypse? So Winter Bear, it doesn't matter what Winter Bear says. He's a joke. He's a chud. He lives at home with his dad. The house that they live in looks like something that belongs in a third world country. And once I saw the lowlife that was talking trash about me, once I saw the troll that was talking trash about me, I was like, this guy doesn't pose any sort of a threat. It doesn't matter what him or Heat Vikes, it doesn't matter what him or any of HV's boyfriends have to say about it. They have a bunch of they can't even get good at this game. And I'm gonna throw that challenge out there for anyone that's in the HV community that has a pair of balls, that has a pair of cojones, and you wanna challenge your boy INDIE2K in a game of showdown, some 5v5. If you got the balls and the cojones to step on the court with me and challenge me, I'm INDIE2K _ on PlayStation Network. I bet not one of you little scaredy cats, not one of you little pussy cats is gonna fucking try to challenge me, especially Winter Bear. All he wants to do is cuddle wuggle and get cozy and keep HV warming during the long winter nights. That's all he wants to do. So Winter Bear, if you want to really defend your man's honor and you really want to, stick up for him and be his knight in shining armor, if you really want to defend him, add me to the PlayStation Network. I'll whip your ass for the fun of it too, and I'll turn you into a video. 2K versus HV's boyfriend, Bear. And I'll give you one of those cool thumbnails that I've been making with the AI. So let me know when you want to play Winter Bear. It'll be so much fun to whip up on you. Oh, and guys, it's raining out here. It's raining out here, so I might lose some internet, or it might get kind of like choppy. But there's nothing I could do. It's raining. It's hurricane season. It's rainy season, and it's just the way it is. So hopefully I don't lose any audio or any sound, but if I do, I'll just, I'll have to fight through this. Oh, Corby, I'm gonna be getting into GTA 6. You know, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna play some GTA 6, and I'm gonna find a game that like produces more revenue than my team. My team is such a small little community now, and it's such a dying mode that like it's real. If you're not Carlos's story, DBG, if you're not Ty Debo, if you're not JC2K, if you're not making a living off of this game where you can afford to buy a house and you can afford to buy cars and shit like that and pay your bills, if you're not one of those 5 major content creators, Decentric, there's no reason for you to cover my team because it's just not profitable. It doesn't, you know. Remember, guys, your video has to get 5,500 views for your channel to make $125 to $150. How do I know this? Because I'm monetized. So I can see how much it takes to get $150 every month. And every month, I've got to get at least, you know, 5,000 something views, 5,000 like 555, some shit like that, to make $150. And sometimes I make 100, sometimes I make 200, sometimes I make 300 in a month. But your videos have to, that's the threshold for $150. So people like Ty Debo, people like JC2K, people like DBG, they make 5,000 views in one video. So they're making like $150 to $200 in one video. If you gotta make 3 or 4 videos a day to equal 5,000 views and to equal $150, it's not worth the time. And I'd rather, you know, make my team content and make GTA 6 content. Why not? It's a video game channel. I don't have to just stick to talking about my team. My team is gonna be dead by season 2. And guys, if we have another season 2 the way we had a season 2 this year, where this year people were calling season 2 the worst season of my team history, if we have another season like that, guys, it's gonna be a bad year. So again, guys, I'm sorry that I lost track of the chat. I didn't even know, like, I was like looking at the screen that I'm streaming from, and it said like the chat ended, like no one's been in the chat for like the last hour. And I was like, that can't be. I was like, there's been so many people coming through. I was like, let me check my other phone. And the next thing I know, I see that the chat has been going off, that we had Winter Bear, my little stalker. And it's one of HV's boyfriends. And I'm just glad to see that we had him back in the, that he's become a little fanboy, and he visits me every time there's a stream. He's gonna make sure that he's gonna tune in, and he's gonna make sure that he's gonna be lurking, and he's gonna be patrolling, and he's gonna be making sure that nothing is said about his boy HV. He's gonna defend his honor, and he's gonna be his little knight in shining armor, and he's gonna defend his honor. He's gonna come running in and defend him. I love that. I love that, and I don't mind that. It's funny, it's hysterical, and I get my views off of it. I get those monetized watch hours. And I want to say that this month, my monetized watch hours is over like 1,000 hours. So that means that you guys are actually like tuning in, and you guys are sticking around, and you're like listening to, like, you know, me actually tell you the truth about things instead of just making up these convoluted, crazy lies. Like, the reason why I like HV so much now is because these crazy lies that he's fabricating, they're so funny and entertaining. Hey, if you have half a brain, if you have half an IQ, if you don't have the IQ of a dust mite, you could easily see through the bullshit. And you can see, like, hold up, this is all fucking rage bait content. It's all for entertainment purposes. He doesn't know INDIE2K. He doesn't know JC2K. He doesn't know Ty Debo. He doesn't know any of these people that he's talking about. So you're eventually going to come to the conclusion, like, hey, this is all fabricated for entertainment. This is all fabricated for fun. It's all lies, which I don't mind anyway. It's rather hilarious. And if somebody wants to talk about me for 2 hours and make a movie out of me, even though I find it obsessive and compulsive, I'm going to say I find it flattering. So I'm not gonna say anything negative about your boy HV anymore. I'm just gonna be positive and supportive and just state the facts and stick to the facts. And the facts is he doesn't know anything about me or DBG or JC or Ty Debo. So I'm okay with him, you know, trying to create stories to create content. It's cool. It is what it is. I don't care. What I do care about is spending $150 on the game and spending $150 to pre-order a game and to get early access. And I'm not sure if I even want to play the game until like the 100s drop, until the Invincible option packs come out, until stuff like that comes out. So I'm not sure if I even want to do the pre-order. If I do the pre-order, I'm still not going to be on the game full-time. I'm probably going to be on it very part-time just to make content on it. I'm probably still going to play 2K26. But I'm probably going to load up that account with VC, the 2K27 account with VC every week. You know, like even if it's just $20 a week or $30 a week. By the time the GOATs come out, by the time the Invincibles and the 100s come out, it's going to be so... I'm going to have so much VC added up. The game is going to be easy and fun again. So, I don't know. We're only 2 weeks away. I've got to decide what I'm going to do ASAP. And, I don't know. I'm just not looking too forward to it. Yo, what up, Boris? What up? Yo, what up? Yo, Boris, can I get a I hate HV in the chat, Boris? Can I get one of those? Can I get a I hate HV in the chat? I know you're one of those people that hate HV. Let me get a I hate a HV in the chat. My boy Boris be hating on HV too. Can't stand this trash TMZ content. He also thinks it's a little bit, you know, fruity, we're gonna call it. Little homo sapien for HV to be talking about all the other guys in the community. Let's get a woo woo. Like I said, there's a lot of people that don't like HV in this community. A lot. Boris ain't the first one to come out and say it. A lot of people be coming out and say it. Watch out for your boy Boris. He's gonna be doing a toy channel soon. I've been asking him for years to start doing content because he's got a huge, massive toy collection, and I want to say he's got a pretty massive graphic novel collection. Everything from DC to Marvel to independent stuff, all through his collection. Independent toys and Marvel and DC toys, Dragon Ball Z stuff. He's got the most massive collection I've ever seen. And I told him he needs to, like, instead of just putting it on Instagram or putting it on Twitter, he's got to put content on it, and he's got to start, you know, dropping some of that content, you know, because not only would it be entertaining, it's just so amazing to see somebody accumulate such a massive, you know, toy collection or such a massive, you know, graphic novel collection. Or so I really hope that he drops like some content eventually. Okay, I missed my turn, so I gotta make a U-turn, guys. This order, like, due to the rain, is like fucking with me. There's like more traffic out here now that it's been raining, and everyone's driving much slower now. But yeah, Boris, thanks for the support, my dude. I always appreciate the love and support, man. You like family to me, broski. All of you guys on YouTube, all of you guys, you know, that play the game and walk out with me and listen to me talk about the game. You know, I really appreciate that, and I always appreciate the love and stuff. Love and support. So, it honors me to have such a great community of people. It honors me to have so many people backing me up and supporting me, you know, through everything. So I really love that kind of stuff. It really makes a difference. It makes a difference to me personally. So, guys, we're up to 16 likes. We need 4 more likes. Let's get the stream up to 20. I'm going to be here for like another, I want to say hour, maybe hour 20. And then I got to go take care of some business. And get some shit and then head home. I'm going to eat dinner. I'll probably shower up, eat dinner, and then I'll jump on the sticks and I'll be streaming the actual game with the community. If you guys want to play me in Showdown, I'm up for it. If you guys want to play me in Team Up, I'm up for it. Hold on, guys. If you guys want to play some park or play some Team Up, just let me know. I gotta call my girl back. My girl was just calling me. Hold up. Let me make sure everything is okay at the home. Hey, baby, everything okay? No, I'm only gonna be out here for a little bit, maybe another hour and a half at the most, maybe another. But he should at least be asleep if he's not feeling. Okay, try to, you know, and give him some Benadryl or anything that will help him sleep with that, you know, stuffy nose. Okay, all right, I just gotta pick up this order, then I'll call you back later. Oh, just because that's where I'm gonna send the money to. And okay, all right, love you. All right, guys, that was my girl. I don't mean to sound so mushy, but my girl and my little boy, they are priority #1. So if my girl calls, I gotta make sure that nothing happened at the house. You know, like a man, you gotta always make sure that everything's going good in the house, in your household, and that's priority #1 as a man. Make sure your household is in order. If your household is in order, everything else in life is gonna be in order, and everything else is gonna seem like easy work. Usually all of my stress comes from, like, you know, things that happen in the house. Is my family okay? Is everyone happy? Is everyone doing it? Is everybody well, you know, health-wise? You know, and as long as everybody in my family is happy and healthy, I'm doing good. Guys, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but this rain is scary. It's like a torrential downpour just happened, like a hurricane or a tornado is about to hit. It was not raining like this 2 seconds ago. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my last order of the night, because I don't want to be delivering food in this type of weather. No, that's not me. That's not me. Like I said, guys, I don't do this job for a living. I do this job so I can stream, I could hang out with the community that I love so much. I could talk about the game that I love, NBA 2K26, my team. I could talk about that all day and all night. And I get to pick people's brains about things when it comes to the game, or like advice they have when it comes to the game, or even in life. You know, a lot of people have been here to support me and show love for me, and it's just not about the game all the time. You know, sometimes a person like Corey will come in here and, you know, I'm pissed off about my girl, and she's got me really upset for the day. And, you know, he's over here giving me advice on, you know, as a married man, like, hey, you know, Indie, you know, this is, you know, how you should handle your girl, or, you know, don't stress out about it. You know, so it's not just about the game. It's about forming a community and forming a family over here. And being positive and not being negative or toxic. And if we see somebody negative or toxic in the chat, you know, to make sure that we take the trash out. We take out the trash, you know, we take out Winner Bear. We take out anyone else that's coming in here trying to spread negativity or be negative to one of the people in the chat. We defend each other, we have each other's back, and we take out the trash, you know. And I'm going to start making some of you guys in the chat mods. Like Boris. I might have to make Boris a mod or something. I might have to make Corey a mod. I might have to make FOMO the mod, you know. So many people that come in here to show support and shit, you know. I might have to make them the mod and stuff eventually. But yeah, guys, it is pouring rain. Oh my God. This has got to be the last order that I'm going to take. I don't want to cancel the order because then it affects your rating. But it's going to be the last one I take if it continues raining like this. It just started out of nowhere. It looks like a fucking torrential downpour. And I've been streaming. I've been at work now for about 3 hours. I've already hit $60 in 3 hours. In 2 hours and 45 minutes, I've hit $60, and that's a little bit over $20 an hour. I want to say I'm kind of done, but I did want to make another, 20-30 bucks, to be honest. I usually don't stop until like I hit like $100 or close to 100, but it started raining, so I don't like doing this job in the rain. One thing I hate more than anything is the feeling of wet socks. I also hate the feeling of wet clothing. I hate that feeling. It just gives me like the heebie-jeebies. It just irks me. The feeling of wet socks. I hate wet socks. Nobody likes wet socks. Guys, it's so funny when I watch these videos like on live stream, when I watch them back, it looks like when I'm turning off the road, it looks like so dramatic. It looks like I'm like burning rubber, or like I'm drifting into the parking lot or something like that. It looks so crazy and dramatic. Alright guys, it is raining, so I'm just gonna run in to the 7-Eleven and get the order. I guess I'll take you guys with me. It's not raining so bad over here in like this area. But yeah guys, we got my team coming up in 2 weeks. YouTube does owe me, right now I'm at $75 or $78, and you have to reach $100, and before they pay you out. They only pay you once a month. And I'm gonna wait for my YouTube money to kick in. I'm sure by the end of this month I'll have like 150 that YouTube's gonna owe me, like always, and I'll buy the game with that money. But I don't want to spend money out of pockets to buy the game, and I'm not in a rush to get to 27, and I really don't care if I have the pre-order and I have the game a week early.
How you doing?
Yo, hey, what's up? Can I get the order for Grayson?
Grayson?
Yes.
There you go, right here.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I've never heard anyone recommend a type of bread to me, but I'm Italian. I've eaten every sort of bread out there. I've eaten so many different types of breads, it's not even funny. At this point, my body's like half pasta. It's like half carbs because I eat so much bread and pasta. Oh. What I hate is my glasses are getting all fogged up and shit, man. But it is pouring out here, guys. It's pretty rainy. Ugh. Okay, this is gonna be the last order for the night because your boy Indie does not work in the rain. So alright guys, let me see where this order is gonna take me. Some sort of alarm is going off. Alright guys, it says that this order is going 8 minutes away, so it's an 8-minute drive, and I'm pretty sure that after this I'm gonna be done for the day, and then I'm probably gonna go home and just stream the game. I would stream myself earlier throughout the day, but I realize that people, when you're doing Uber and you're picking people up and dropping people off, some people get so strange and they get so weird about being like on a live stream, or they get so weird about being recorded or being on camera. And you really have to ask that customer permission, like, hey, we're in my car, I'm recording, or hey, we're in my car and I'm streaming, do you mind? And in some cases you even have to get like written permission. And that's the only reason why I don't stream myself while I'm doing Uber, while I'm doing Lyft. I only stream myself when I'm doing this, when I'm dashing. What else sucks is I'm completely out of weed now. I don't have no more fucking bud. And that's what I gotta do after I'm done with work. I gotta go pick up some bud. Like, I am completely out. Out like there's a drought. I just got done smoking my last joint of the night. But like I said, this drop-off destination is only 6 minutes away. It's 8 minutes away. And then I think after this, I might call it a night. Like, I gotta see how much money I made for the night, but I think I've already made as much as I need. But yeah, guys, been having a lot of fun on the game. Last night I got into Tier 1 a Showdown. I haven't played any Tier 1 players yet. I haven't been able to get matched up, or I haven't found any of them yet. But I'm in Tier 1, and I've already hit like 60 wins. And I'm having a lot of fun on the game. This is my first year for running cards like Ben Simmons. I've never ran GOAT Ben Simmons before. I never ran cards like Thon Maker. I never ran Bobo at the 3. I've never had a chance to run Taco and Yao Ming and Manute Bol and Sean Bradley. I've never had a chance to play with any of those cards ever. And this is the first year where not only was I able to build a GOAT team of like Hall of Fame players that I like in real life, but I was able to build a GOAT team that had all the ultimate cheesy players in it. And I'm really enjoying the game playing with those players, and I love playing with them so much. I don't want to move on from the game. I want to get diamond animation breakers. I want to make Bobo better. I want to make Manute better. I want to make Wemby better. I want to make Sean Bradley better. I want to make those cards better and see what it's like to play with those 7-footers when they have like the best jump shots in the game. So that's what I'm busy with. That's what I've got my mind on. And when it comes to the game, I really don't want to, start over and, grind for a fucking bronze animation breaker to give to an amethyst card. Or something like that. That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to spend from the beginning. And I want to get into other games this year. I don't want to just play my team and be devoted and dedicated to just the game of my team, the mode. I want to play GTA 6. I want to get into GTA this year. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto since Grand Theft Auto in Miami, where the game was set in the 80s. That was my favorite one, and that was the last one I ever played. I want to get into those games. I want to get into Grand Theft and play that game. And so, and especially if next year the game isn't any different and it isn't better. If next year my team is just 2K26.5 and there isn't any improvements, or the game isn't different or isn't better, do you really want to do the same thing over and over and over again and talk about the same things over and over and again and complete the same things over and over again and grind for amethyst cards again and grind for diamond cards again and pink diamonds, or spend money on those cards? It's just getting old and boring. And like I said, I'd rather come back when the game gets good, when they start giving out GOATs, Invincibles, and 100s. Until then, I'll just casually play the game. I don't want to spend so much time on it. I don't want to be on the game for 40 hours a week to grind out for VC or MT or You know, the game shouldn't feel like a part-time job. The game should feel like, hey, I just got off of work. You know, I want to go home, rest, relax, you know, unwind, relieve some stress, and have some fun with the game. Not come home and be like, oh, I got shitty players, and all shitty players. I can't pull anything good out of the packs, or for me to pull something good, I gotta pay money and or grind the game for 40 hours a week. I don't want to do those things. It should just be you turn on the game and here's the game, here's the players. You spent $150 to buy it. You know, here's the game, enjoy. But it's not like that. It used to be like that in video games, but nowadays video games are so riddled and plagued with microtransactions. That's what the whole game has become now. Every game is just riddled with microtransactions. It's awful. And the game shouldn't be like that, because there's kids that play this game. There's kids that are, you know, 8, 10, 12, 15 years old that they don't have jobs and they can't afford to buy a GOAT option box. They can't afford to buy a GOAT pack for $20. You know, they can't even afford to ask their parents, like, hey, can you buy me, mom? I need a few GOAT packs for $60. You know, it's just become too much. Sometimes I blame it on Roblox and Robux. And I feel like that gets kids used to, like, at an early age. It gets them used to the idea of, like, hey, you have to spend money to enjoy video games. And if you don't spend money to enjoy the video games, you're gonna have to grind it out for, you know, 20 hours to earn Robux or earn VC or whatever it may be. And it shouldn't put that idea or that thought into kids' heads and then make them feel like, well, I need money for the game, mom and dad, or I need to earn money. Or, you know, like I said, video games back in my days when I was a kid, it was microtransaction free. There was no microtransactions, and you really had more fun than ever on those video games. And you know, back in the day, my team was not this expensive game. They were not this greedy ass company. Oh my God, my team back in the day when it first started in its early stages, you know, for like $15 you can get the best card in the game. Now for $15 you can barely rip a pack. Alright guys, I gotta find the house. Luckily for me, it's not raining over here. That is great. It looks like it's only raining in some spots. Hopefully I can continue making money. But my glasses are getting fogged up. They are getting foggy. And it looks like this area is like filled with a bunch of like nice little looking townhomes. Okay, I gotta look for it. Hold on, I gotta take off my glasses. It says 41H. That's pretty odd. Okay, I gotta find apartment H. Oh, I'm also gonna have to scan their ID because it has alcohol. Okay, I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, anytime there's any sort of alcoholic beverage in the order, you gotta scan their ID with your phone. Building H has gotta be around this spooky looking corner. No, it doesn't even look like it's over here. Maybe there's a second floor. Let me double check the order, guys. Apartment 41H. It says building H 41 apartment, but where? Hold up, guys. Hold on. It's another case of the customer putting in like the wrong address completely. 1 second, guys. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, I was just like, I was looking back then. I was like, it is scary. I was like, is there even apartments back
Yeah,
there?
no, there's plenty.
Here, let
It's
me.
the same thing on. Oh, there's two.
Yeah, there's 2 bags, and it says I have to scan your ID real quick.
Oh yeah, I got a. Oh shit. Is that an iPhone that you got? That's.
No, no, no. It's a Samsung phone.
Okay, well, they don't always scan the passports, but we're gonna try this, and then I can run back in and get my ID's broken, so I'll try and use this. Ah,
Let me see if there's anything that will
you
scan.
gotta like, yeah, my bad. No, in the drop-down menu
What about it?
up top, you go like that, and then you.
Oh, I
passport.
didn't
Yeah,
even know
yeah.
that.
Nah, and see the yeah. The
I didn't
camera
even
doesn't-
know that it did that.
Yeah, no, it's sick. It only takes the Apple cameras though, for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, see, it shows the error message.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not working. If you have an ID, that's the only way I can.
I don't have it on me. I have to go back to the
Okay.
apartment. If you want to hold on to this, just so it's not like a problem.
I trust you.
Okay, I'll be right here.
Okay.
Follow me.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, I gotta sit here and wait for the customer to come back so I can scan his ID, and then I'll be on my way to the next order. Hopefully he comes back, because I'm not supposed to give him his beverages, his alcoholic beverages, until I scan the ID. But I seen on his passport that he was over 21. So I'm just waiting, for him to come back with the license. Yo, what's good, mozzarella sticks? Oh my God. Mozzarella sticks, I have to agree. Like, that's why I don't want to move on, because the game mechanics, the gameplay has become so frustrating that, like, I'm not enjoying myself the way I should be or the way I used to be on the game. I'm getting more like borderline angry with the game, borderline like raging out with the game, and it's just not making for good times. The fact that you're getting so I get so angry when I see the computer keeping the opponent in the game, when I see the computer doing things to balance out the game and make it even for the player that sucks at the game. And I'm so tired of the computer interference, the algorithms, the RNG, whatever you want to call it. I'm so tired of seeing that controlling the game and the outcome, or that trying to control the game and the outcome. And I don't know how many times when I'm playing a shitty opponent, an opponent that completely sucks ass at the game, but meanwhile they're able to stay in the game with me because the algorithms keep them in it, the RNG keeps them in it, and it balances out the game, and it makes up for their inefficiencies, and it keeps the game close and tight. And I hate when I feel like the computer has now, like the other day I lost a complete scrub. I was up by like 16 points. By the end of the fourth quarter, it was a tied game, or he was up by 1 or like 2 points. I needed a game-winning shot. I shot it missed, but I should have not been in that situation at all, period, because I was up by 13 going into the fourth. But there's the game doing everything in its powers to make sure that the game is close, to make sure that the lesser opponent with the lesser team feels like not only was it a close game for them, win or lose, but they didn't quit. They stood in the game till the very end because it was a close game. And win or lose, if it's a close game, then they feel like moving on to a second game and on to a third game, or ripping packs. Where if they just sit there and they lose constantly because the computer and the algorithms doesn't help them, then next thing you know, you're not playing against a human being. You're playing against the algorithms, the RNG. You're playing a domination, basically. And I didn't want to feel like that. I don't like feeling like that anymore. Like, hey, I'm not playing, my opponent anymore. Now I'm playing against the algorithms and them trying to balance out the game and keep it close for both parties. And how do I overcome the computer now? And I don't want to feel like that, mozzarella sticks. And for that reason alone, I don't even want to play the game. Like, I don't want to be frustrated like that every single day. Okay, this guy has not come back with his ID yet. There's like a path over here that I think leads back. No, there is no path over here. Oh, I guess there is like a path. Okay, there he is. You have to type it.
Yeah. If you like fail to scan 3 times, then they can just type it in. Contact support or something. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah.
It doesn't even.
Yeah, if you like go on the other one and then you just fail it 3 times, it'll have you put the shit in manually. But dude, I'm sorry.
No, I'm even trying to see if it's gonna do anything over here.
Yeah. I mean, we can contact the support. Here, last time this happened, I was able to go through support and just send them an image of my passport.
Can you do that? Because it doesn't. It's not even.
No, I can give that a shot. I don't want to like hold you up, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm gonna try to contact support real quick too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna say the phone doesn't.
Oh my god, it wants me to check off the.
Oh nah, man. Yeah, no. Yeah, I just have to go get past the fucking. Excuse my language.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm from Maine. We're all like that.
I'm just gonna tell support to
Yeah, no.
mark it as delivered.
Yeah, because I'll send them a picture of my ID just so they can confirm it, or this guy here. Dude, my state ID's broken in half. I can find the side that doesn't have the freaking barcode on it.
Let me just contact support real quick, and I'll let them know. Like.
Yeah, man. I'm on with them too. So if we're both contacting them, then I mean they should get on it, right? Is it the AI?
I don't know why it doesn't let me. Oh yeah, it's the AI, but
okay.
Normally they just mark it as delivered and they let me move
weird.
on.
That's weird. I imagine they'd want to verify it. Here, yeah. I just sent them my passport, so it should be all right. They should be able to verify it on their own. Again, bro, I'm sorry about all this shit.
No, it's all good. Okay. They're giving me some hard time about it. They're saying I gotta try to scan some kind of ID.
Yeah, I mean, we tried that, you know?
I know.
Yeah. Please ask your Dasher to deliver the... Yeah, it's delivered. Alright, yeah, they're gonna mark it.
Okay.
Yeah, they said just to give it... Yeah. Basically said just to give it, and then it'll be marked as completed.
Alright. I'm trying to make sure on my end.
Yeah, no, I want you to get paid, dude.
Yeah, not only that, but I just don't want to get in trouble for, like, not get some sort of ID.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like they did. You have a good night, man.
You have a great one.
You too, man. Okay, that was a little bit of an issue. He had ID that said he was 21, but it was his passport. When I tried scanning his passport, it said error code because it just couldn't scan it for some reason. It said that it was only able to scan it if you were using an iPhone, and I have a Samsung phone. And then I had to call customer service and tell them, like, hey, I'm having issues with the app. It doesn't want to scan, but he is 21. I verified the ID. Can you mark it as delivered? And it seems like they did that. Seemed like a pretty cool dude to, he wasn't like being upset about it or anything. And it does look like it did stop raining. Wait. Guy sounds like he's not gonna come. No, he came back, Mozzarella. He didn't seem like that type of dude. He seemed like an honest dude. Oh, I hope that he gives me a decent tip, because you know, that was a lot of bullshit. I had to sit there and wait a good like 5 minutes for him to come back. He said that his ID was broken in half and that it wouldn't be able to scan, and that he had his passport. I did check the passport. It did say he was of age, but I needed something to scan, and that's why I had to call, you know, DoorDash and let them know, like, hey, I'm having problems. And then they take care of it from their end, and they did. So I'm just gonna move on to the next order. But it was looking rather creepy out there. Like, I was like, where the fuck are the lights back here? Why aren't there lights back here? Like, you can go missing back in some of these apartment complexes. That's how creepy they look. Oh. Okay, guys, I want to say I accidentally took this last order because I didn't get to turn off the app while I was waiting for that guy to come back. So I usually accept every order that DoorDash throws me, because you don't want your accepting rating to like be low, or you don't want your cancellation rating to be high. So I always try to accept every delivery that they give me, and I always try to never cancel on anything. This way I maintain a high rating, and I'm able to, like, you know, get like the really expensive deliveries. They put you priority first on, like, you know, getting a delivery and getting like the most expensive ones. So I always want to make sure that my rating is up to par. Now that last order might have been late because I had to wait for that guy, you know, and then I was kind of late to 7-Eleven, and then he took forever to get his ID. So that one's probably going to be marked as late. I have a bad feeling about that. But I'm probably going to be out here for maybe another hour, and then I'm going to head home. I want to relax and rest. And my boy's going to be home tomorrow. He's a little bit sicky. He's a little bit underneath the weather. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to sit home and take care of him. And I'm gonna need a rest up, because my little boy is a handful, and it's a lot of work to take care of a sick child, and he's a little bit underneath the weather. So I want to get home within the next 30 minutes and start resting up for tomorrow. He'll probably be up at the crack of dawn and driving me bananas. Yo, but thanks, Boris, for hanging out, my dude. That means a lot to me, Boris. Appreciate you hanging out, fam. Guys, we need one more like to get it to 20 likes. Let's get it to 20 likes. I really appreciate that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff makes my day. If you haven't subbed up yet, please sub up. We're at 2,200 subs. Pretty soon we're going to be at 2,300. Pretty soon we're going to be at 3,000 subs. And together, we're going to grow this channel as a family, as the way it should be. We're going to grow it together to 5,000 subs. And we're going to be there by 2K27. By the end of 2K27, I guarantee you we're going to be at 5,000 subs. That is so... In this small My Team community, that this mode is kind of dying out, to get 5,000 subs that quickly, or to get to 2,000 subs that quickly, you know, it's like unheard of, you know. I appreciate that, Boris. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna probably be out here for like another hour before I have all the money that I need for the night. It's been a pretty slow, pretty easy night. The weather's been kind of spotty. There's been some rain in certain sections of Orlando, certain parts of Orange County. But for the most part, it's been a pretty nice night, pretty crispy night. A lot of traffic out here today for some reason. I don't know why. But traffic's been pretty decent, pretty good. I'm also like getting kind of hungry right now, so I'm wondering like what did my girl cook for dinner? What did my mom make for dinner? My mom and my girl usually make dinner every single night. One night my mom will make dinner, the next night my girl will make dinner. It just depends on who's available and who's not exhausted. And they usually cook something that's really, really good. You know, my mom is like probably one of the best Italian cooks I've ever met in my life. My mom will make the best chicken parmesan, the best veal parmesan, the best spaghetti with mussels, the best, you know, garlic bread. So my mom does a great job when it comes to cooking Italian food. And then my girl can make anything from sushi to Italian food, to Mexican food, to Puerto Rican food. She is one of the best cooks ever, and she can cook pretty much anything. She'll find a recipe on TikTok and she'll be like, hey, I can make that bad boy even better. And she's a really, really good cook. And I really do like, I wouldn't know what to do or how I would be eating each night if I didn't have my girl and my mom's, you know, in my life, you know, cooking a really good home cooked meal each night for me when I get home from work. You know, that right there takes off a lot of stress throughout my day, just knowing that, hey, whenever I want to eat it, whenever I want to go home and eat, there's going to be a hot cooked plate, a hot warm dinner waiting for me. So that's always a huge W. I don't know what they cooked today. Last night we had hamburgers that were stuffed with blue cheese. Blue cheese in the hamburger in the middle and then blue cheese on top. Hamburger was absolutely delicious. And then some like caramelized onions on it. So you know, I'm always, your boy Indie's always eating good. It's just right about now I am starving, and wouldn't mind if I was home eating. All right, let's go into Steak and Shake and get this order. Let's see if they can shake. What up, James? James, I am in Orlando. I'm in Orlando, Florida. The home of Mickey Mouse, the home of Disney and Universal Studios. The state that the mouse built. Mickey Mouse owns this state. He is the governor. He is the mayor. He runs this place. It really is Mickey Mouse. Okay, guys, we're going into Steak and Shake. Usually this place also is another place that's notorious for taking forever. Oh, but the food in Steak and Shake, Five Guys, and there's another place in Orlando. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, and it's probably the best one out of all of them. But there's only 3 hamburger places in Orlando that I would go to: Steak and Shake, Five Guys, and I can't remember the third place. But they're the only places that make like the burgers fresh, like right there and then. Let's see if I can find any customer service real quick. Nope. As soon as you come to like the front, like, you know, to order your food, they just like run away. They just like, customer service just runs away from you.
Name?
Kayla.
What for Kayla? Kayla? No. Yeah, we got Kayla.
It usually takes a while, and like, as soon as you go up to that front register, they scurry away like cockroaches. When you turn on the lights and, you know, cockroaches scurry away, that's them. As soon as you come to that front desk for customer service, people just scurry away. And it takes 15 minutes for you to get a fucking hamburger. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, on to the next delivery. On to the next order. Pretty sure I'll be done pretty soon out here. And what I like about this, guys, is that if I wasn't streaming, I'd be at work, bored, alone. Instead, this way, I get to talk to the My Team community. I get to hang out with the boys like Boris, Mozzarella Sticks coming in here, Alpha coming in here, Corey coming in here. You know, I get to chit chat with people, see how they've been thinking, how they've been feeling, and what they've been thinking about the game lately. You know, I get to talk basketball with people. I get to talk about other things in life, you know. And if not, I would just be here, sitting here by myself, being bored, you know, waiting to make the money that I need for the night to get off the road and be done with this job. But instead, I get to hang out and chill with you guys, with you fine people. So I really do appreciate that. And like I said, if not, I'd be here kind of bored and stuff. Oh my God. What the fuck just happened here? Alright guys, sorry about that. Looks like the weather was fucking with the No, I have not watched any Herpes 2K, ref. Oh, and it looks like it brought the chat back up. That's excellent. Yeah, I don't know what it was. The bad weather made my internet go out and I had to restart the app again. Sorry about that, guys. Seems like we're heading 6 minutes away for this drop off. Hey guys, one more like on the stream and it gets us to 20 likes. I'd appreciate if anyone. Ref, did you like up the stream yet, Ref? Ref be taking forever to like up the stream. You could be over here streaming for 3 hours and Ref will tell you, hold on, Indie, I'll like up the stream later. How much later, Ref? Come on, Ref, hook me up with the like. But yeah, this order is only 6 minutes away, and then I'm gonna see how much have I made. Yep, this is Orlando, James, and we're on East 50. They call it East Colonial, and the intersection is East 50 and Alafaya. And I'm only about maybe 7 minutes away from my house, so I would say this is my neck of the woods. This is my hood, and it's really nice. This area is all about, like, if you live in Waterford Lakes, Eastwood, Avalon, if you live in one of those communities, you're living in some sort of like resort style living. And luckily for me, I'm able to live in one of those communities, one of those subdivisions, and it's just a real nice area. Yo, what's up, KP? And what's up, Perla? I can't pronounce that name. But what's up, KP? And what's up to the other person, too? What up? I'm going to call you P. I'm going to say, what up, P? But I'm just over here at work chilling like a villain. Making that side hustle money. And when I'm working DoorDash, I'm also working my other side hustle, which is YouTube. The only problem with YouTube is I only make about $200 a month from it. Which I have to add, making $200 off of YouTube and not being one of the bigger content creators, I think that's a pretty decent, that's a decent amount of income for the month, you know, from just streaming my job or just streaming me play the game. I would be on the game regardless. I would be at work regardless. So why not stream it? And why not make money off of it? You know, the fact that I'm just streaming me at work and me playing the game, and I get to make an extra $200 a month, I think that's great. Says, I'm 2 miles down the road. Can you come pick me up? I'll make a deal with you. Put in your address and I'll come pick you up if you're 2 miles down the road. I would love to see and pick up one of the people from the chat, you know, one of my subscribers or something. I would like to see what they're like in real life. It would be a little bit dangerous, a little bit creepy, a little bit weird. But if you put your address into the chat, I'll come pick you up. And if when I get there, you're not like a spaghetti looking person, pick you up. I'll let you into the car and I'll come pick you up. If you're not a spaghetti person. But if you're some sort of creepy looking spaghetti man, I'm just going to keep on driving. I'm just going to take off. You know, but I wouldn't mind. And if you have a hot ass girl, if you have a hot ass chick, and then I'm definitely letting you into the car and I'm definitely picking you up. If you're a subscriber and you live 2 miles down the road from me, put your address into the chat. I'll come pick you up right now. If you have a hot ass girl. But if you're some lonely type of dude and you look like a spaghetti man, I am not going to let you into the car. Oh, that is scary, Ronald. It would be. The fact that he told me I'm just 2 miles down the block from you is a little scary. That on its own is a little creepy, a little weird. But like I said, I've noticed that with YouTube, especially YouTube vertical, there's always going to be somebody strange in your live stream. There's always going to be somebody that's a little bit weird. And I don't mind. I don't care. Sometimes I think I'm a little weird. Alright guys, it says we're gonna be there in 2 minutes and then I'll be dropping off this order, and it does look like the rain has passed. It's funny because it rained for like 5 minutes, but it was a torrential downpour. It looked like a hurricane was gonna hit. And now the rain is cleared up. There's not one bit of rain, there's not one cloud in the sky, and it rained for like 5 minutes total. It's kind of weird that how it just came and went. Okay, we got a security guard here, guys. 1 second. How you doing, ma'am?
Good, how you doing?
I'm just here dropping off some DoorDash.
Okay.
Do you need the address?
Yes.
It is 11727 College Park Trail.
You have the building number?
The building number is, it says building 18, apartment F.
You have your ID?
Yeah, I got my ID. How's your night been?
Good in yours?
Pretty good so far.
Thank you.
Pretty decent. Another day, another dollar.
What's the name?
The name is Kayla. Kayla B.
There you go.
Thank
Have a
you
good
so
night.
much. You have a good night.
Thank you.
INDIE2K with the guard. Flirty with the guard. Nah, I was just trying to be polite. I have to admit though, she was a cute black girl, a cute black chick. She was really, really I want to say thick in the right places. She was had some nice bosoms, and the ass was just, she had a stacking ass. It was pretty thick. So I gotta admit, she was kind of a hottie. You know, I do both. I do sometimes DoorDash and Uber Eats. Notice that DoorDash is like consistently busy. And it's busier because I think it's more affordable than Uber Eats. So I feel like nowadays people are more using like DoorDash over Uber Eats, because Uber Eats is, you know, just like the rides from Uber are pretty expensive when you compare them to Lyft. And It's the same way with like DoorDash and Uber Eats. Uber Eats seems like it's a little bit cheaper, and it seems like more people use them. And sometimes with Uber Eats, it'll get dead at like 10 o'clock. Where DoorDash, it'll be busy until like 3 in the morning. I could be out here at 3, 4 in the morning if I wanted to be, and still be making money throughout the whole night. And it just stays consistently busy. And it's always, you know, pretty damn busy. Oh, I don't know, Ronald. I saw there was an account that said, what did it say? Heat Vike's mommy or Heat Vike's mother. And Heat Vike wanted to blame it on me and say that that was one of my burner accounts, or it was a troll account, or that it was me, but it actually wasn't. And I'm pretty sure it was just somebody in the community. Somebody, like, he had pissed off so many people that day. That day, there was like 67 comments. And out of those 67, 63 of them were people from like my community, my camp, my side of things. And they all left them bad comments. Comments like, your content is bullshit. Your content is TMZ. Your content is, I avoided like the plague. I hate you, Heat Vike. Stuff like that. And he admits that he took it to heart. He took it kind of personal. And it did bother him mentally. And to cope with it, he had to say that all of those comments, all 60 of them or 65, they were all me on my burner accounts. That I have 100 Google accounts. I have 100 YouTube accounts. And the fact is that if I had 100 YouTube accounts, I would be giving myself 100 likes on every single video and 100 extra views on every single video. So that doesn't make sense. And that's how people started saying like, hey, you're just fabricating lies and making up bullshit. And it's so easy to see through. It's transparent. And so anything that he says now, I can't take it. When he say my burner account or comments, I had to take it with a grain of salt. Take it for what it is. It's just rage content. It's entertaining. I find it entertaining now. It makes me laugh. Is it trash like TMZ like content that he's constantly talking about people in the community? Yes. Is it entertaining and funny? I'm finding it entertaining and funny. The fact that he sits there and he talks to himself and he talks about me for 2 hours straight without even taking a break, a pause. He doesn't get anything to eat. He doesn't get anything to drink. He just sits there and he talks about your boy INDIE2K for 2 hours straight. He's not answering questions on it. He's just talking out there to the air. And I'm talking to himself. And I love it that he's so dedicated and devoted to the channel. And like I said, I can't pay for this kind of free advertisement. Like I said in the beginning, I found it cute, adorable. I found it pretty flattering that somebody wanted to talk to me about me for 2 hours and stuff and cared that much about my thoughts and opinions, that I own all the property and real estate in their mind and I'm living there rent-free. I loved all of that, but now it's just getting old and boring. I still find it flattering. If he wants to sit there and make 39-minute videos about me like he just did recently, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, that was my favorite video that he's made 12 videos on me now. The last one he made, it was such utter nonsense, such buffoonery, that I couldn't sit there but just laugh the whole time. I was like playing the game and just laughing. I had tears in my eyes. That's how hysterically funny I found it. So no matter what he says, I even think that the Heat Vike's mother account is just Heat Vike. And he made that account up himself so he could have some content to talk about. And be like, oh, look, this is what... And look, I have the supposed proof and the evidence and all of this nonsense. And I've been doing my detective work and... You know, all of that nonsense. I just found it so funny. It's been hilarious. To see that he's going into my videos from when the channel used to be a comic book channel, like 2 or 3 years ago, it used to be a comic book channel. He's gone that far back to read comments from my old comment section to see who are the people in there. And all he came up with was, oh, these people that have been following Indie have now been following him for 3 years. That's the connection he made. Those are the correlations he made. And then he's got 100 accounts. YouTube doesn't let you do that, man, or else you can yourself 1,000 accounts and give yourself 1,000 views every week. Think about that, guys. If I had 100 burner account, and that's how stupid it sounds and how preposterous it is. And my God, if I could make myself 1,000 accounts, I would have made 1,000 accounts by now, and I'd give myself 1,000 likes and 1,000 views. But it's fucking hysterical, and it is very obsessive and compulsive, and some of it is very disturbing. That he talks about people and he associates himself with people like he knows us. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know Ty Debo. He doesn't know JC. He doesn't know DBG. He's never in a JC2K stream. He's never in a Ty Debo stream. He doesn't know any of us or he's not associated with us, period. He's not a part of the community. He doesn't play the game. The community is about playing the game. How can you be a part of the community if you're not playing the game at all? Now, is he a part of the community that is just